kept it longer, but I was like, you know what, whatever. That was not the purpose for it.
No. So.
A little birdie has been at this cable, I see.
Oh.
I don't know what it is for, but...
That's what came with the HDMI converter.
Yeah,
but I don't use
There's a reason why you should never leave them out on the table.
I didn't think about it. And I don't need it anyways. I have nothing else to use it for.
No.
Because it's a mini USB. It's not a micro.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Damn.
Yeah. So.
I'm going to put it over to chat. Just so I can see better. Only for me.
Wait, that improves your vision? Holy shit! That is some serious tech.
Yeah, I know, right?
We can make you see better by putting it over to chat.
Who'd have thunk that a dark gray background will make white text easier to read? You're thinking about what I just said, or what?
No. I mean, most of the game's background is black.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be for long.
No. But there is also a lot of white in there, so it might be a little hard. But you'll definitely see the color of the names.
Oh, yeah, but I can't see what they say.
No,
now,
but
that's a problem.
But it's not like it's not like you're gonna, that we're gonna completely miss that there are any messages at all.
No.
So it's like we would see that a message pops up and we can't read what it says. So we're like, okay, let's go to chat and check it out.
Yeah, it's just because, I look at the game there, not there, and then I look at chat because it's right beside it, and my microphone is also in the way for the other thing, so it's a little bit harder for me to see things on that screen. Yeah.
You could reposition your mic.
No.
Okay.
I want to look at the big screen.
Well, excuse me, princess.
I don't think that was a viable place to say that, but sure.
No, I just felt like saying it. Oh, well. Well, okay. Last time, lots of looping.
Yeah. An extreme amount of looping.
Yeah.
At least according to Warhammer. We haven't seen all of them. We've seen like 3 of them.
Yeah, we've seen 3 of them.
But he said over a dozen, so...
Yeah.
There's been a lot of looping, and he's just fucking cracking mentally at this
We
point.
saw 3 of them, and when we were going for the 3rd one, he said that this was the 4th one, and that we have...
No. When we were going for the 2nd one, he said it was the 3rd one.
Oh, right, yes, yeah. And I was like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah. I think that's because the original game had one more loop.
Okay.
With the Rounders and Moeka. I think.
Maybe.
At least in my memory, but I could be remembering wrong. So here we are.
What, you can remember wrong?
It's been like at least a decade since I played this game. Yeah, I can remember wrong.
What? No, you have perfect memory.
No, I do not have perfect memory. There's one thing studying medicine has taught me, it is that I do not have perfect memory.
I mean, yeah, considering
if I had perfect memory, it wouldn't be a problem.
If you had perfect memory, you wouldn't have to study so much.
No, I just have to remember everything.
Yeah.
Which was one of the, if you had perfect memory, anatomy would be the easiest shit for you, because our professor, the god of anatomy as we call him, because he's all about anatomy, that's the only thing he's interested in, would always, or he, a long time ago, he made a bunch of questions with answers by him for the entire curriculum of anatomy that he teaches, which is all of it. All of it. And because he's done that, he will just pick and choose between those questions and answers for the exam. So if you just remember all the questions and all the answers for him, you will ace that test.
Yeah. Very much akin to the exam system in Japan.
Except for the fact that Japan is a multiple choice test. Ours is not.
It is?
Most of it is, unless it's like, linguistics and stuff.
Okay. I didn't know. I thought that was America. That. Hello, Eiko. You want to see what we're eating?
When we will at some point take the Japanese proficiency language test, it's also multiple choice.
Oh.
Because then they can run it through a machine and get answers immediately.
Oh yeah,
Very efficient.
I've definitely heard of those.
Yeah, that's why you have those extra sheets with the answers on.
Yeah.
Like you do in America. But they also have them in Japan for certain subjects.
Okay.
Aiko, you're stepping on the keyboard.
Get
off the keyboard! Get off!
Aiko!
Just stepping on your alt button.
Don't.
Yeah, go down. You're not supposed to be up here either way. I can't see for you.
It's not that you're not allowed to be up here, but right now you're just in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But
okay.
yes, we asked for help.
From Kurisu.
From Kurisu. Who, for the first
Christina!
time... who is the first one to stop up and think about a plan. But fair for him, he's in a panic state. Trying whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So now the plan is to go back to just around the time where Kurisu finishes the machine. And then we will use it immediately to travel back as far as we can.
See, I don't really understand why that's unnecessary.
To have more time.
No. That he has to go back to where before she finishes it. To go further back.
Because that allows him to go the furthest back that he could. It's an optimization. If he didn't do that, he'd lose some hours. Precious hours.
What?
There's a certain amount of time you can travel back with this. So if you do that from the position he was in at the point, you go back here. But if you go back to when you were just able to, when she just finished it, you would have a starting point of here and you can go further back.
What determines what that amount of time is?
I can't remember.
Okay, because I don't remember anything about that.
She hasn't said that yet. I said last time, and I'm pretty sure they will elaborate on how far that is and stuff, but I don't remember the small details.
Because so far the only thing they've talked about is like,
don't go 10 years back.
The further you go back, the higher possibility that something bad is going to happen. That kind of thing. Because it is, overloading the brain a lot.
And disconnect.
And also, you can only go as far back as
you exist.
You have a phone.
Yes, that too.
So.
But that's all just hypothetical.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I have so far been told.
They have not talked about it, but.
And therefore, they just expect me to to accept what they're saying right now.
I mean, if it's going to be explained, it's going to be explained like really soon. So.
Okay. I mean,
it's really a place that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess we have to. I guess all we can do is go in and see what happens. Because
Like 20 minutes or something before.
So far, it doesn't really make sense for me. But we'll see what. Nope, no explanation. Just right into it.
No. That seemed more to me like that was the jump before. Now we're back to 15 minutes before she finishes it.
Yeah. But I felt like she.
We already knew that he leaped because he woke up there.
Oh yeah.
That's when we stopped.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I would expect them to explain it in this instance.
Yeah. But I feel like it should have been explained before the first leap.
I think narratively, it would fuck up the flow.
The audience has to understand what they're thinking.
Yes, but again, I think it would break the flow at that point.
So just do stuff without letting your audience know what's happening?
No, it's strategically put somewhere where it wouldn't break the flow. Anyways, just continue. Got some good music this game. Swear to God.
It's okay.
I fucking love it.
It's no Crash Bandicoot.
I mean, Crash Bandicoot is the only game that's gonna have Crash Bandicoot music in it, so that argument's kind of moot on that point.
What? No. Your argument was that the music in this game is really good. And I was like, well, it's no Crash Bandicoot music. And my argument being that Crash Bandicoot music is way better than this.
I don't think you should compare things like that.
What? Then how will you decide what
style?
That doesn't matter.
Different. Yeah, there are times where comparing is just comparing two completely different things. Doesn't make sense.
They're both music.
Yeah, that's the only.
And you have to find your favorite music somehow.
I didn't say
it doesn't matter
favorite.
what.
I'm just saying I wouldn't compare those two specifically because of its huge difference.
I like the Crash Bandicoot music more than I like this one. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just saying I wouldn't want to compare them, is all. It's not really much to compare.
Do you want me to go Connor on your ass?
Music is just beeps and boops.
Exactly. It's just beeps and boops. So yes, you can compare the beeps and boops.
That is not how it works. How dare you?
Cutting down to its simplest form, music is just noise.
But it's carefully planned noise to make harmony.
It's
with different intentions.
It is to give the right mood.
Yeah.
In both cases.
Yes.
And still, it's just music, and it doesn't matter what genre it is. You can compare genres and say that, well, this music here is better compared to this music, even though these two pieces of music are not the same genre.
I generally don't want to do that.
Are you like a genre purist or something?
No.
No?
I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. Not. I was trying to come up with a word that would give the indication of you want to, separate the genres. Keep them separate.
I mean, when I listen to music, I don't separate them.
No.
But I generally just don't compare songs that are clearly from different genres.
No, but you still have songs you like better than others, and it doesn't matter what genres they are.
Yep. I didn't say you couldn't have a favorite. I just wouldn't compare it.
If you can't compare them, you can't have a favorite.
I don't really compare them when I have a favorite. I just like the song. If you compare it, you have to find things you want to compare.
Okay. Well, okay. Then my point still stands. I like, again, Crash Bandicoot music. I think is better than this music. I just like it that way. Therefore, I'm not comparing them.
No, it was only the way you said it.
Okay.
That made it seem like you were comparing them.
I was not comparing them. I was just saying one is better than the other.
Okay.
But nothing beats Doom music. Doom music. So good. Rip and tear.
My opinion is just that the soundtrack encapsulated with this game is very well.
Oh yeah, like this, the music in this game is great for the game, but on its own.
Oh, I actually think it's quite interesting on its own as well.
On its own, it doesn't hold up that well for me.
But I think it might also be because the music is so low, you might not hear everything either. But
maybe.
I have definitely listened to it on its own.
Okay. It's definitely one of the parts of the game that is more timeless.
Yeah.
The music. Compared to some of the subject matters that are in the game.
I mean, specifically, you're talking about the character relationships and the culture surrounding it, yes.
Yeah.
Because the scientific plot of this game is also timeless.
Yeah, I mean, they are blending a lot of, like, timed pieces together to make it timeless. Because it's like, sure, you wouldn't really see people use the technology that they're using today, but it's not unheard of.
No. And that's not really what I meant when I talked about sci-fi elements. I wasn't talking about technology specifically. I was talking about the science.
Well... yeah.
Those are theories that we'll probably not be able to confirm or debunk anytime soon. And even if we know what CERN actually made, it doesn't really matter because this takes place in 2010, where they have not made God particles yet.
No. It was still when people were like, oh my god, they're gonna make black holes.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna ruin the world.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. Okay, well. These sensations never get any easier to endure. What?
Continue.
I look at the clock. It's 1:46.
Yeah.
PM?
Yeah, PM.
I assume.
Yeah, PM, yes.
You're not saying it. So.
No, but we also know from the, whole scrolling back in time when he leaped that it is 13. Not to mention, from context in this game, we also know that it is afternoon. So it's not really necessary to say PM.
No, but if you're gonna it's just more the case of like if you're using the 12-hour clock, then you should be using PM and AM no matter if it is inferred. And people
I don't even think they did
already
they
should
used,
know.
In Japanese the word.
Japan uses 24-hour.
No, they do not.
They do not?
They do not.
Okay.
They have the words gogo and gosen for before noon and afternoon.
Okay. Oh. So don't want to use på madrassen af madrassen?
A what?
På madrassen af madrassen?
No. No, the word, like the kanji put together is literally before noon and afternoon. That is literally the kanji. They put just before and then noon.
Hmm.
They also have a word for noon. I don't remember it right now because it's not just go. It's weird.
Noon. It's high noon.
So yes, they can indicate if it's AM or PM in that sense, but they don't always do it. Sometimes they just say it's 1 o'clock. Because context is key.
In the Japanese language, yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're translating it into English, you should always use AM or PM. Doesn't matter how much information you've given before. Then, but what do I know? I am not a scholar.
No, I'm just saying in this game it doesn't really matter because you already have more than enough information to know that it's afternoon.
And I don't care about how much information I have. They should still put it in there.
He's just not the person to do it. How about that?
Okabe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm saying he's just not the person to do that. There you go. That's your answer.
That... No. What was I doing then?
Absolutely fuck all, that's what you were doing.
Looking at Daru's butt crack.
Yeah, which doesn't even exist in this shot.
No, but it would definitely be there, considering his size. Trust me.
His t-shirt is too small.
Yeah, and he's wearing low-waisted pants.
Yeah.
So, it is definitely going to show his underwear and his butt crack.
I'm pretty sure that red stripe is supposed to be his underwear.
No, I think that's a belt.
Oh yeah, that could also be. What do I know?
I feel like that's more of a belt rather than
you won't be seeing his butt crack in Zero because he actually wears a button shirt. And his pants are kept up by suspenders. So there's that, but
not that suspenders is gonna stop this from.
No, but he's wearing a button shirt that's tucked into his pants, so you don't really see that.
No.
At all.
The time leap machine will be finished in about 15 minutes. All it needs are some final adjustments, so there's nothing for me to do but wait. What the?
Oh yeah, right. Spread it out like flop.
I follow Mayuri's directions and spread the costume out by the sleeves.
While I still stare over at Kurisu, not paying attention.
She was putting the bow on, right?
Just, putting the bow and adjusting it.
Yeah. I think I remember that being mentioned.
You were having a race. You can finish the project first.
I said something here, didn't I? What was it? I can't remember. It's probably not important.
No. The star's gonna flow no matter what.
Yeah. Congratulations. What is the Japanese word for that?
Omedetou!
Omedetou! Omedetou! Anyways. I need something to drink. Can you get me some? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Alright, that's my cue. Crap. Was that too soon?
なり全否定とか。私が何のために苦労して作ったと思ってんのよ。
タイムリープには問題が山積みだ。その点についてじっくり検証したい。
あんたにしてはまともな意見だな。
何が問題なのかな。完成したんじゃないの？
詳しくは後日説明する。今日はみんな疲れているだろうから解散にしよ
う。完成祝いにちょっとでもパーッとやったりしないの？
No, Daru.
No, we're not gonna have a party.
No parties, because I'm gonna travel back in time until this hasn't happened yet. Fuck you.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I watched it.
Okay.
それも後日だ。
Sure.
何？
Nani?
Oh my god, they're out at a
Fumanko.
fucking ramen place or bowl place or whatever to eat.
Yeah.
It's so easy to read. It just says 400. 400 yen!
Probably because I shut her down right after she finished the time leap machine. Team leap
We don't
machine.
have time to fucking spare, Kurisu.
She'll feel relieved later, but only after she has time to fully consider its implications.
俺は5時間後から来た。
I come from the future!
Yeah, 5 hours in the future to be exact! Well, actually more like 4.5 at this point, but whatever. Half an hour's passed.
Yeah.
So.
I come from the future.
She just stares at him like,
何の冗談？
no. Remember when Kurisu said that she would be elated to know him, which she would believe him immediately?
言っていることが全然違うではないか。
She does not believe him at all, which is so funny.
多分信じるだ。
は？何そのバカっぽいセリフ。
5時間後のお前が言ったんだぞ。
Yeah. She did indeed.
捏造しないで。私が多分信じるみたいな論理性皆無の発言するわけないでしょ。
I'd like to have a word with future Kurisu.
Yeah.
If this is how you're going to be, then you leave me no choice but to quote you word for word.
タイムリープが成功したことを聞かされたお前は何の疑問もなく自分の理論は間違ってなかったって思えた。成功してよかったって思えたとも言った。
She did say that word for word.
電話レンジを改良してタイムリープマシンを作ったのは私なのだぜ。
私はそんななのだぜみたいな話し方しない。
You literally did.
お前が今一番欲しいものは
Or will.
マイフォークで
In
あ
5
る。
hours. Got him.
マイスプーンはすでに持っているそうだな。
そんなことまで話したのか？
Damn you, future me.
5時間後の私。
Yeah.
Whatever's going on there, it seems she believes me now.
心の中を覗き見されたような気分よ。しかもよりによって岡部にと。
You gave me that information to win you over in the past. It worked, didn't it?
What did you think I'm going to do?
あんたの言うことを信じて良さそうね。詳しく聞かせて。
Stacking it up.
Stacking up all the pickled ginger.
Oh. No longer allowed to look at that. It was apparently not a looping animation.
No.
Sadness. I explain everything to Kurisu again. I'm able to organize my thoughts better since this is my second time.
なるほどね。
な
あんたの言うことが事実なら、
なるほどく
ま
ん
ずい状況だな。
There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come up with a plan before then.
5時間後の私は時間順序保護仮説かもって言ってたらしいけど、それともちょっと違う気がする。
Chronology
Is
protection.
that pickled red onion?
No! That's pickled ginger.
Oh, ginger!
You did not hear me, did you?
What?
You didn't hear that when I said it last time.
Last
Clearly
time?
not. Last time? Clearly you didn't hear me.
When was last time?
When you said, "Oh, we don't get to look at it anymore." Just before you said that, I said it was pickled ginger. So, as I said, you don't remember it? You clearly didn't hear me.
No, I did not hear that.
Because it's not that long ago.
I have no recollection.
Recognition?
Recollection.
I know. I was making
Don't
a
fuck
joke.
with me.
I was making a joke.
I have no recollection of you saying that.
No, I did.
I'm having a hard time speaking today. Interesting.
あの仮説は因果率が狂う恐れがあるから、タイムトラベルの可能性は量子論により否定されるっていうものよ。でもタイムリープの場合、タイムパラドックスはそもそも起きない。
No.
No, because he's still himself. There are not two of him at the same time.
Yeah. 2 of me don't exist at the same time. And I can't bring anything with me to the past.
You can't kill your grandparents because you didn't exist at that point.
Nope. All that changes are the memories stored in my temporal lobe.
Yeah.
Loop.
Nope.
やはり世界の意志だ。
Technically, it's not stored in your temporal lobe, but sure, whatever.
We don't talk about that.
It's stored in your fucking hippocampus.
するかのように
That
俺が
is
歪ませた事象の
covered by the
しか
temporal
思えな
lobe,
い
but it's not part of the temporal lobe.
Is it not still inside it?
No. It is covered by the temporal lobe. It's part of the primary brain.
Yeah, but it's still inside. Like, it's an outer shell, sort of. I'm not saying it's an actual shell. Just go with me on this.
I know what you mean, but the way he said it is like, memory is in my temporal lobe. Like, no, it's not.
Well, not in the temporal lobe per se.
That's
like
what he
it's,
said.
But inside the temporal lobe, as in inside it.
But
the thing that's inside the temporal lobe.
The thing is, the temporal lobe doesn't cover it entirely, so you can't say that. It's not how it works.
This bag doesn't cover these snacks entirely, but they're still inside the bag.
Because it can cover it. The temporal lobe cannot cover the entire fucking brain stem.
Your drink is inside your glass, but your glass can't cover the whole thing.
It still doesn't make sense.
Okay, I'm just trying to you know use the argument you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying the temporal lobe is anatomically in a place that does not connect to the hippocampus.
Is it more like a helmet?
Yes, but only on the sides. Your temporal lobe only really runs here. Down here.
So, like headphones.
Yes, very, very wide headphones, yes.
Okay. Then I suppose it's a little harder to say inside.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly how it's supposed to, you know, look.
And as I
whatnot.
said, It is part of the primary brain.
Which one?
The one in the depths of your brain. That's
The one that contains your memories?
Yes, where your hippocampus is, which is your memory center. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm trying to keep the words straight. Sorry. I'm just trying to be able to follow what you're saying.
Let me
Because
find you a picture of the brain. Maybe that would help.
I get to learn stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Let's see if I can.
I'm just gonna continue here.
だとしたらタイムリープじゃマユリは救えないっていうことになる。何をし
I
た
know
っ
it's a
て
bit hard to see the
修正され
hippocampus,
ちゃうんだか
but
I can only see a microphone.
you can see the lobes are just covering it like this, right? The temporal lobe would be covering this part here, specifically, what we're
Right.
looking in. On each side, but only on that side.
What?
You still don't understand it.
Could you use your pen to point it out or something? So, or
That
just
is
use...
the temporal lobe.
Yeah.
That thing. By your ear.
It doesn't go all the way up.
No!
Is
Only where this hits.
Is it on the other side too?
Yes.
So there's one on each side.
Yes.
You said it was more like a, you know.
Yeah, I said like here. I wasn't being precise.
Okay. Okay, so it's one on each side. So, oh, okay.
Yes. And
Well, then you definitely can't say inside.
no. And like the hippocampus is part of the primary brain in here,
Mm.
which is a part that all species have.
Mm.
Also known as the what would you call it in English other than primary?
Small brain?
No, that is a small brain.
Oh.
That has a completely different function. Nothing to do with.
I thought it was the small brain that the animals had.
No.
Oh.
I mean, they probably have a smaller version of it, yes, but no.
A small brain?
I mean, they don't have as many things to coordinate in their body, so it probably wouldn't need to be this big.
No.
But no, it's in Danish it's referred to as the reptile brain.
Reptilian.
No, crypto.
Oh.
The layman's term that we don't have in English. Because this is the most basic of brains. It's the middle part, inner part. I know people in the audience cannot see it, but I'm sure everyone can put a picture in for you.
No.
No.
Too bad. You're gonna have to imagine it.
Mm-hmm.
This image I'm looking at is very colorful.
Yeah. That's because it makes things easier.
Yeah. So you can see
But
the
yeah,
different
like
sections.
the hippocampus would be going like this. Alright? But it's still gonna be part of in here.
It looks like a fucked up ear.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Outer ear. I should specify, you know, earlobe.
It's called the helix, in case you're wondering. The outer ear part.
Oh, the outer ear.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about
No.
that. I was like,
No.
that does not look like a helix.
No, the outer ear is called a helix.
Also, the outer ear does not look like a helix.
It's round.
A helix is spirally.
I know, but it's still called a helix.
It's not a
because while it's not a spiral, it's spirally. You'd be surprised by how many things in anatomy is called a helix.
Show me your ear.
Is it not kind of spirally?
Wait, I just...
It doesn't have to be precise, alright?
I think I just had an epiphany.
An epiphany?
In Danish, we say øresnegl. Is that why?
No,
Oh.
because that is the inside. That's your cochlea. That's where your sound turns into an electric signal.
No. The thing you put in your ear. Øresnegl. You know, to... like an earbud.
No, you don't call it that.
Don't?
No, you don't call it that.
Yes, you do.
It's called pop.
No, no. This is stuff that, with technology, and you can, it is this, fuck. Words. Hang on. It's a small earbud, as in there comes the sound coming out of it, like an earpiece.
This is called an earpiece.
No, but in Danish we say øresnegl.
Mm-mm.
Yes, we do.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I am very sure we do. What? Oh, right.
And it's not what he called it when I had one in. At least.
Had one in what?
When we would go bridge walking, we had one in. We need to be able to hear at all times, you know.
Bluetooth øresnegl, håndfri headset.
Oh, one of those! That was not what I was picturing at all.
But it could also be like, Agents have, where it's like one that's like put in and then it has like the little thing down.
That goes behind, which is why it's an øresnegl.
Yeah, exactly. But isn't it, wouldn't they call it a snail because you put it inside the helix?
No, I think they call it that because of its shape.
Damn it.
Because ear snails, it's called, øresnegl, is an actual anatomy thing inside the body. It's your cockpit.
Øreprop til bag øret. Apparat bliver af nogle kaldt en øresnegl.
I think it's purely based on the size.
But yes, it is also like ear snail is also the inner part of the ear.
Yes, because it looks like a snail house.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the shell. Which is a helix.
Yes, in 3D. But it's still a little bit different inside. It has 3 rooms. So to
Yes,
speak.
yeah, but when you look at it from the side, on the outside, it's a helix. It's a
Yes.
spiral,
Yes, it's a spiral.
which is also a helix.
It is based on the beautiful golden rule of nature.
Yes. I love it. It's great. You can find it so many places in nature,
You can.
and it's just
You can indeed.
to imagine that nature follows such beautiful rules.
Such beautiful math.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm.
But I suppose they have to follow some kind of rule.
Mm.
そんなのは認めない。
同意するわ。世界の意思説は非現実的すぎる。私は支持したくない。
Fair.
多世界解釈ならどうだ。参りが死なない可能性を観測できれば解決だ。
多世界解釈か。真由りの死に方がいつも違うっていうのは関係あるのかな。
Maybe.
でも重ね合わせ状態になっているいくつもの可能性世界は相互観測が不可能なのに、あんたはどうして観測できてるの？
I like that it says Thai snacks on it. Is it Thai
It's,
specifically?
it's East Asian, that's all I can say.
East Asian or Southeast?
I mean, Thailand is also part of Southeast, so
Yeah.
Southeast, I suppose.
Yeah. Because, like, when I think of it, I think of a rice snack. It's rice, right?
Yeah, I made it out of rice.
It's puffed up rice.
Yeah.
So it's I think of it as a rice snack rather than a Thai snack.
Well, it's probably because, you know, the concept of this originated in Thai. Puffed up rice like this.
Maybe? These geeks.
Rice crackers.
Not Rice Krispies.
No, that's different. That's just singular rice.
この俺の特殊能力であるリーディングシュタイナーが
But they're
My
also
extra power.
but they're still they're also puffed up rice.
Yeah. But they're just individual.
ダメだこいつ。早くなんとかしないと。
So much fucking ginger. Oh my god, I would love to have that much ginger.
他に説明のしようがない
I love that piece of paper. It's beautiful.
That one? Or what?
On the wall there,
What's beautiful about it?
it says, on August 15th, on the day, I will take rest. I assume the shop will be closed that day. That's what it says.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all it says.
特殊能力ってあんたね。もしかしてそれ本気で言ってたのか？
Yeah. Kurisu, we were very serious about it. You think I would make up a lie like that? Actually, scratch that. She would. Because he's lying about everything. What you doing?
Researching rice crackers.
Oh. That's probably gonna take a little bit more time than you think right now.
Yeah.
ふざけているつもりはないぞ
Our DML experiments proved that I can somehow perceive changes in the timeline when they occur. It's an ability only I seem to possess. No, this is different. This is another rice cracker.
Yeah, that looks more like Senben.
That's also senbei.
Yes. Senbei, that's what I meant. That's Japanese.
Yeah,
That's an actual bigger cracker.
yeah.
Rice cracker.
You can apparently buy these on a medical website.
Okay. I guess it's supposed to be gluten free.
There is when you search for it on Google, they're like, there's a lot of questions of like, are they good for you? Are they healthy?
No.
That kind of thing.
They're full of oil and carbs. They're not healthy for you.
No.
特殊能力だかなんだか知らないけど、そんな不確定的なものを頼る気にはなれない。だいたいどの可能性を観測するかを制御しようがないんだから、多世界解釈だろうがなんだろうが、マユリが死なない可能性に至るのは無理よ。
Well, shit. They're
待て
tired.
これでは話が進まないではないか解釈の話はいいから俺たちにできることを考えるべきだ
What are you doing?
Want Shelly Senbei.
Okay.
Well, that's what it says in the package.
Okay.
I don't know if it's supposed to be want. That seems a little weird. It feels like it's just bad English.
I mean, The kanji is there twice.
Yeah.
On the package too.
Okay.
Anyways, stop researching your goddamn rice crackers.
It's a little harder to find because
That's-
when you search rice crackers, you
There's
find
so many.
the primary thing that comes up is senbei.
Yeah.
The Japanese rice crackers.
Mm.
But you do also find these as like products you can buy.
Mm.
But nobody has a proper name for them.
Nope.
タイムリープじゃ結果は変えられない。さっきそう言った。
じゃあどうするんだ。
落ち着け。
落ち着いていられるか。俺が一体何度マユリの死を目の当たりにしたと思ってるんだ。
Too many.
あいつが無残に血を流して生き絶えていくのを俺は
Falling over from heart stop. Randomly in a store.
Hmm. Which still could be, just remove the covered in blood. Then gasping for breath.
I know.
Light fading from her eyes.
Having fun.
Yeah.
This is kind of a ridiculous situation, but
Yeah.
the world wants her dead. The world wants her dead.
Death to the costume maker who want cosplay.
Wow.
Or whatever, I don't know.
感情に身を任せてたって何も解決しない。
当事者じゃないからそんなに冷静でいられるんだろう。
そうね。私には5時間後のことはわからない。正直なところ実感が湧かない。
Fair enough.
でもあんたの言ってることを信じてないわけじゃない。
Okay.
岡部がしっかりしなきゃ。
悪かった。
Oh my god, he said sorry.
Stay strong. Bitch my ass. It's not advice. Honestly. I understand the sentiment, but no.
I can't even say that what she said in Japanese was better. She just said get your shit together. Or you have to get your shit together.
They kind of like pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of thing. Yeah, no.
That's
not
basically what
advice.
she said in Japanese.
That's a non-advice.
But it worked on him, so whatever.
I mean, sometimes
That's what
you need to hear.
Yeah.
But generally, no. She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Calm down.
Panic!
Panic!
原因が違う。
We need to go to calm.
必ず同じ結果に至るというのが見せない。
So that we're no longer in panic! We had that joke fucking too many times in the beginning of that game. Oh my god.
因果が歪んでいるとしか思えない。
マユリの死の原因は桐生萌香が発砲するじゃなくてもっとマクロなことなんじゃない？
I mean, yes.
タイムマシンを作ったことか、あるいはセルンにハッキングしたことがバレたことあたりね。その結果としてマユリが死ぬ。そう考えるなら因果は歪んでないって言える。
苗に背中を押されて電車にひかれるのもそれで説明できるのか。
That was an accident.
あ、そっか。でも因果率は絶対のルールなのよ。それを否定したら全ての物理学も否定されてしまう。
Oh, can't blame them. They haven't come around to the point that I explained to you yet. They haven't heard it.
だから
They don't know.
必ずマユリが死ぬのには原因がある。
Yes. Because history says so.
原因さえわかるならなんとかなるかも。
Past, present, and future.
そうでもない。
You hit the mic! Oh no!
どういうことだ。
その原因となる出来事がいつ起こったというのが問題になってくる。あまり時間が経っているようだと対処できないわ。
タイムリープマシンがあるから、携帯電話を持っている時代の範囲内ならどこへでも戻れるはずだろう。
戻れない。予測だけど、タイムリープマシンは一度に最長で48時間しか跳躍できないと思う。
There you go. 48 hours.
Well, why? 48 hours? I can only go back 2 days? That's bullshit.
なぜ今さらそんなことを。
今さらってタイムリープマシンが
I
完成し
mean,
たのはつい
fair for her. She didn't have time to tell him. But it's still funny that she hasn't told him any of the other times.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he means. But she's like, the me right now hasn't had a time to tell you, you know?
That's true.
5時間後のお前も言わなかった。
あ、そういうことか。言い出すタイミングがなかったのかも。
で、48時間しか飛べない理由は。
You want your answer? Click the
わ
button.
からない。私もマシン
No,
の
I'm
全
just
て
thinking
の
about
原理や
stuff.
構造を理解して作ったわけじゃないから。
It's a little akin to how in Hunter Line, where we first defeat a commander.
Mm.
I don't know if they're going to continue to be called commanders, or if they figure out what they actually are.
Well, at some point they will, but for so far it's still called Commander.
Yeah, it's called a commander for now. When you defeat it, you take your Hemo Anima Blade and stab them to absorb...
Infuser is what it's called.
Infuser?
Mm.
Okay. And stab the commander with it to absorb their Hemo Anima power. But when the first time that happens, nobody knows that, first of all, you're gonna absorb the power. Second of all, that you need to use the blade to do so. Like all we know at that point, all anybody knows, even what's her name again?
Oh.
Black hair girl.
Oh, Hiruko?
Chiyoko. Even Chiyoko doesn't know about it, even though she's been fighting these invaders for a long time.
Actually, about that, she does have more information she hasn't told anyone yet.
So she does know? She did know about it?
We haven't heard what she said, because literally the day after, she went fucking missing!
Okay.
That's as far as I got.
Okay, because...
But
like,
she said that she knows something that she didn't really want to tell us, because apparently it was a very not kind truth.
Okay.
She didn't think that we would need to hear this horrible, horrible truth. Whatever it may be. That's it. This is the hair stuck. It's an actual hair.
Yeah, I know.
But,
You haven't shaven that off.
no. I don't always see that far down, you know? Blind in the shower, for one.
Yeah, I know.
When I sit and shave, I sit like fucking this. Because I can't see otherwise.
I don't pay too much attention to it. I just, you know, over multiple times of doing it, I will most likely get all of it.
Yeah, no, my hair, like, from the back goes like this to the front, so I have to do it in specific, like, direction.
Yeah, that's how it is on my thighs. It's like I have to
So
do
I
this
have
way.
So I have to actually like take a good look, otherwise I don't get any.
That sucks.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, I just have to go up. It's very easy for me. It's for my low legs.
At least on the front it's easy, but on the back side it's not that easy.
But anyways, in the demo,
Yes, yes.
as far as you get to know in the demo, like she has no reason to know that she needs to use the infuser to absorb hemo anime power from someone else.
I'm just saying that she might just have hidden that.
Yeah, we don't know,
No.
but it's
that would fix that loophole.
Yeah, it would.
That's all I'm saying.
Why she's the one to do that?
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would have been so much easier for her to just use her
So
giant
axe
that she already has in her hands.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, do they actually carry the infuser with them?
I mean, the only thing I could imagine is that the infuser turns into their weapon, but I don't know.
I don't know either. I have no idea how any of that actually works. Like, it's also just... No. They definitely have a storage place for the infusers in the war room. We saw that.
Yeah, for when they don't use them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's why they went to the war room to, prepare for the battle.
Yes. What was the point of that argument?
No, I was just I briefly forgot about the fact that they stored the infusers in the war room. So I was like, are they just do they just have the infusers on them at all times?
Well, they have them when they use them. So
Yeah,
when they're on the battlefield,
but when
they
not
would still
using
have
them, do they still have it on them? But no, they don't.
They do not.
It's in the war room.
Yeah.
So it's just yeah. When they're out in battle, do they have the infusers on them? Do they need to?
I would assume so.
It's like I don't know about that, but
No.
not that that's relevant for this.
Nope.
This here is just more a case of, again, Okabe has no reason to know that he has to go back to this time to be able to go further back, because he doesn't know about the 48-hour limit.
No, but he just did what Kurisu said that he should do.
Yeah.
Go back and enlist prior Kurisu.
Yeah. For some reason, he was like, yeah, that sounds like a reasonable idea.
It's basically so they
questioning.
have more time. Because there was literally not even an hour until Mayuri died when he told her. So.
Is an hour not enough to figure this stuff out?
No.
No? Okay, apparently not. I just felt like they had enough time, but...
no.
Because Okabe definitely, like, he doesn't know that there's a 48-hour limit, and therefore it seems a little weird that he would need to go back or understand or be... whatever. I suppose it's okay with the explanation they have that it's like, we're cutting a bit close by having only 1 hour left, so let's just put you back to this time. But then
Just
it's
to give
like...
them more time to figure things
Yeah,
out.
but it's also just... I suppose, to make a proper plan, I guess. I guess they didn't
1
get
hour
it.
really is not enough for this, because you've seen how many hours before he's tried to get her away.
Oh yeah,
Never
yeah.
makes it.
No, that's not the point.
Yeah.
It's just more they could just, send him 48 hours back in time from the initial jump.
I think they just wanted to use this time to make a plan before he goes back.
Yeah,
48
which
hours.
again makes sense, honestly. But all I was thinking was just, well, why not just send him back, let him figure it out. Who fucking cares?
That's not who she is,
No.
タイムリープマシンが存在している限りね。例えば10年後までタイムリープマシンが壊れずに残っていたのなら10年の時間を遡ってくることはできる。
Yes.
単
As
純
long
計
as you
算
know where it is and
で
have access to
1825
it.
回タイムリープする必要があるからかなりのリスクになりそうだけどとにかく理論上は可能なの。
Yes.
Is that actually the amount of leaps
I would assume so.
that 10 years would cover?
I would assume so, but I can calculate it for you.
48 hours divided
No, times.
times. Yes, sorry.
38 times 1, 8, 25. Oh. This is how many hours it is.
Yes, but I wanted to first figure out how many hours is 10 years.
You can just divide this down. If you have hours, you divide it by 24. It's the amount of days. So it's 10 years.
Approximately. But yes.
It's 365. So,
Yeah. Leap years and whatnot.
eh.
だったら何も問題は。
So you would actually be missing 2 days.
Yeah.
Technically.
Details.
So you would have to do one more.
Maybe even 3, because we don't know when the leap year happens.
True. Actually.
It's compared to when he travels back in
Yeah.
time from.
So at least 48 hours more.
Yes. But don't worry too much about it. That's not the point.
No.
The fact that she calculated that in her head is pretty amazing.
I was also just like,
Is that true?
I have to assume that's true, but
あのマシンはいつ完成した？
Today!
あ、
He realizes it. Fuck!
そう2010年8月13日の午後2時ぐらい
So that means you can only go back to August 11th.
存在していないマシンを使うのは今日の2時以降じゃないと不可能なのよ。
つまり過去方向へは
count 48 hours back.
8月11日の14時までしか行けないと。
お
Yes!
そらく
改良できないのか。
将来的にできるかもしれないけど今のこの状況じゃ無理。もっときちんとした設備のあるところでお金をたくさん使ってきちんとしたパーツを使えばなんとかなるかもしれないけど
Burn!
Yeah.
Uh,
He's not wrong.
Your amateur
そ
lab.
れをやろうとしてもどうせセルンに潰されると思う。
Yeah, yeah, they probably would. I mean, they're coming for you today. All things considered.
Whoops.
結局
What?
Oh, for
タイ
fuck's
ムリープ
sake.
マシンがあっても
Ah.
Did you press skip?
I hit the
Oh.
the left bumper. Can you prove it?
それをやろうとしても未来の私かあんたが未だにタイムリープしてきていないという回で証明終了かな。
That's
So basically,
yeah.
結局何もできないということではないか。
You can gain 2 days
マユ
extra.
リがセルに殺される運命は結局避けられないのかよ。
but maybe I don't know. The biggest issue is that we don't know exactly what the cause is to why she has to die.
No, we do not know that yet.
So without knowing that, we can't really do anything. So it doesn't really matter how far back we go, honestly. At that moment, I hear a clatter from outside. Clatter, clatter, clatter. That's when I realized just how foolish I was being. What
I was thinking.
What I was. Are we missing something here?
Yes, there's supposed to be a period.
Oh!
That's why the what is capital.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was being full stop. What was I thinking? Getting so worked up. God knows who could be listening to us.
Indeed! Oh! Hello, Susua.
I dash outside in a panic to see Suzuha
Of all people.
Of all people. Suzuha. Oi! Oi! You little shit!
Oh! She's ran off!
I tried to get her attention, but she ran off without so much as a look in my direction.
あいつ
Well, she's from the future, clearly. Or at least she has some kind of information from
She
the
has
future.
at least information about the future. But she also speaks like she's from the 90s. But that could also be misinformation from the future about how people behave.
Yeah.
She at least talks about, so this is how people do it in this age. I'm like,
So, like,
what age are you from, milady?
She's like preparing to go back to the 2010s, and it's like, wait, so how did people speak back then? Oh, well, they used words like totally radical and
Yeah, what's up?
what's up and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, that was the 90s.
Close enough. It's hard to gain information about the past and the future, I would assume, because CERN basically rules all of time and history.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
can definitely
depending
manipulate it
on
in
what
their own
time she
favor.
comes from, yeah. If it's from the dystopian future of CERN ruling everything, then yes.
Which
yes.
isn't that far into the future. It's only 25 years from this time.
Yeah.
Give it a take. So.
True. So it'll probably be hard to come by any kind of proper information.
Yes, exactly.
It's not like you could just Google things.
I don't know.
She's acting strange. Instinct tells me that she knows something.
Fair assumption.
My gut tells me so.
ちょっとどこ行くの
Bye! Totomate! Bye, Kurisu! You're no longer important!
There's something going on here.
Yeah, it's your weird fascination with telephone poles, anime. They're fucking everywhere. Which is cool in all its directing choices, but still funny.
This is a completely new sequence of events.
I mean, yeah, you didn't talk to her at the food place. It's not a ramen place. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's the one they always go to.
Yes.
I forget what they call it. This has to mean something. I can feel it.
Cars!
Can you feel the love tonight?
No, that is not the kind of feeling we're getting here. He's more like, why are you running away? Please tell me!
Why are you running?
Yeah.
Suzuha's already out of sight. Well, she is the part-time warrior, so she probably is.
She has good athletic abilities. She fast.
Yeah. She must have been headed toward Chodori.
Free? It says free.
Yeah.
I guess it's like free samples. I don't know.
I don't know. Free newspapers? Maybe? No?
I've never seen a newspaper being free in Japan, but what do I know?
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe there are some, local ones like we have in Denmark that are free.
No, I highly doubt it.
Okay.
Because usually newspapers were sold by small local vendors to begin with, so.
Yeah. I wonder if her phone's on. Come to think of it, this reminds me of something. On the day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a word. Just an email saying, bye!
Sayonara.
I couldn't find Suzuha no matter how hard I searched, so I sent a D-mail to change the past so she would stay. Where did Suzuha go after...
After yawning so much.
After failing to find her father? I search up and down Chudori, but find no trace of Suzuha or her bike. Didn't she leave her bike behind?
Oh, we didn't actually see.
It sounded like the clattering was her dropping her bike and then she just ran. So I assumed that she ran without her bike.
I don't know. We didn't see the bike, so.
No. But I'm just going from only from audio
She
cues.
could have hit anything else out there. It's hard to know. Japan has a lot of clutter sometimes.
I have to be careful. There could already be rounders here in Akaba.
PKA 84. That's so funny. The reference to an idol group. As a butt for a ton of members.
Oh, the big one?
Yeah.
AK? No. What's it called?
Something with A, yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
40 something. It's fucking ridiculous.
one of their members was forced recently to meet up for a reunion show or whatever. I read online, so you know the
AKB, that's what it's called.
AKB, yeah. You know, something Japanese idol
industry sucks.
industry. Yeah. Maybe I should corner her on my next time leap. Press her for answers before she can escape. Escape! I'd better get back to the lab. I start walking away from the station, but just then. Death.
People around me gasp at point. What the fuck is happening right now?
Gasping?
Yeah, gasp in pain.
Everyone's looking up at the sky. So I turn and look up too.
Oh my god, it's blinking! Boop, 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 boop. Starting!
Is someone inside? Is it even operable? And if it is, who could operate it?
Who do you think?
それとも桐生萌香か
I don't think it's Morka.
Well, at this point in time, I don't blame him for maybe thinking that.
Because
She knows everything!
Yeah, but she's but a mercenary.
Yeah, but she still knows where they will be at all times, so it's not...
That's purely intel.
Yeah, but she could also, you know, be a mercenary from the future.
Maybe.
So that's not really unheard of, you know?
No, but I don't know. Unlike my previous time leaps, this time Suzuha overheard my conversation with Kurisu and ran off. That's something different. Suddenly the satellite starts to move. Suzuha must be up there.
Run all the way to the rooftop of Rajikan!
What is she trying to do? Why is it important that you get to her now? Like you said, you can just time leap and corner her another time.
Yeah, but only this Suzuha would know why she ran, though.
Yeah, but not that you can't get the information from the other Suzuha, I would say, but
it would be easier to get it from this Suzuha.
maybe. What is that satellite? Well, it's a time travel machine, maybe. I don't know.
It's something that's blinking. And they said in the game it's not a satellite. They don't know what it is. It just looks like a satellite.
Because of its
solar panels.
solar panels. Thank you. Yes. How is it related to John Titor?
Why do you bring him up suddenly?
Could it be a time machine?
Oh my god.
There is only one way to know for sure. I need to get there before Suzuha does something.
Thank god there's a lot of wind-up time on this fucking machine, eh?
Yep.
岡部凛太郎
Why do you sound so sad? But look so determined.
Determinated. Like the Terminator? It's called Determined, Rhoda!
I know.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I don't know. Not like you don't make mistakes.
No, it was just funny the way you said it.
The interior of the satellite was far more simple than I expected.
Well, it only has one function, so I'd assume it wouldn't be that hard to operate.
The only things that really caught my eye were the pilot seat and the monitors affixed to its arms. So only one person can travel?
No.
No? So who's ever is inside it?
2 people can be in it max. It's established later on in the game. Doesn't matter who, as long as they know how to operate it.
Why?
But it has a maximum capacity of 2 because it's fucking small. Okay?
So? Just cram more people in.
Good fucking luck.
I think you'd be surprised.
I think you'd be surprised about how small this thing is.
Yeah, but also just...
I'm pretty sure they have an explanation for it, but I don't remember the small details about it.
The only things that are
No, you
Nope.
already said this.
I already got this one. The monitors displayed numbers in a large font that I could read from where I stood. The upper monitor reads 2010 08 13, and the lower monitor 1975 08 13.
Ah, yes.
Susuha sits in the seats and types away at the keyboard with a practiced hand.
Called a bundulance? You think we have to call a bundulance now? You having a stroke?
何をしている
I'm having a stroke. What are you doing? What are you doing?
動かない
Oh shit.
What?
動かし方をしているのか
Clearly.
動かないよ
What?
答えろ
It's not working! Answer me!
I swallowed hard, then asked the question.
これはタイムマシンだなお前はタイ
Shinzuru.
ムトラベラーなのか
No. He just says time traveler.
Omae wa mou shinderu.
No. But sure.
Okay.
Omae wa mou chikan no nobotte iru. There you go. Jump through time.
Omae wa mou mirai?
You're missing a verb. By the way, there's no verb in that sentence. You can't use that.
Okay, fine. Omae wa mou mirai niki?
That's not a verb either.
Sorry. I was just like, I know the word for future.
Yeah. And the word for diary, apparently.
Yeah. Well, why would I know that?
I don't know. Maybe because there's a certain anime with that name. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Mhm.
I wonder.
You know.
No, we don't talk about Yuno here.
You know.
No, do not talk
She's
about
wife
her.
material.
No, she is not wife material.
I can
She
f-
needs therapy.
I can fix her.
No, you cannot fix her. By the time the series starts chronologically, she already murdered her parents. You cannot fix her.
I can fix her.
No, we cannot fix her.
ジョン・タイターだよ
Ah, there you go. She's John Titor all along.
Why?
Ah!
Yeah, your heels are going into my leg.
Oh no.
There's a still there. Sorry, there is
There's
still
a still crowd out there. They ain't moving at all. Maybe time stopped.
there's a still crowd outside.
Now's our time, Sasua. Run.
There's still a big crowd outside, so we exit the building on the side facing away from the station.
I love how you ask, Why is she John
お
Titor?
前がジョン・タイター
Why would she not be John
Don't
Titor? She's the only time traveler we know about.
Who said there can't be more? What about her dad?
What?
What about her dad?
Oh, her dad? Well, if he's in the future, I don't know why he would be here.
Well, she said she could meet him. Here.
Oh yeah, but he goes by the name Barrel Titor.
Yeah, but he could also call himself John Titor on the internet.
I think she would know,
Why?
since she knows he goes by the name Barrel Titor. Why wouldn't she know that he goes by John Titor?
What if Beryl Titor is his real name?
Yeah, in Japan, sure.
You don't know.
uh... 2010's Japan.
Then, okay, well...
そのまんまの意味だよ。アットチャンネルに書き込んでたジョン・タイターはさ、私な
So
の
you're the one who's been calling me the Messiah to save this world. God damn it!
Stab.
男だと思っていた。
Everyone thought he was a guy. There's a reason why I mainly stuck to saying they, because I knew this. John Titor's never stated their gender on that channel. People just call him a guy. Because John Titor is a masculine name.
John is a masculine name.
Exactly. But I was
Titor doesn't really...
just- I mean, I was just referring to the name as a whole. But yes.
What about Beryl?
Non-gender? Non-gender specific? I don't fucking know.
I guess he's fat. Like a barrel.
That's so funny.
Why?
Can I tell you?
Okay. He just comes barreling through through the entire thing.
Yes, that's exactly why.
まんまと騙された？カムフラージュの意味もあるんだよね。
What camouflage?
What?
I don't think you had any.
隠れようとしていた。
Son?
Obviously. She like when she was like, "Oh, you have an enemy?
もしかして。
Maybe is that CERN?" You're like, "How did you know?" Then you ask her, "Who are you hiding from? Who do you think?" She's the first one who pointed out CERN could be your enemy.
Who are you
Oh my goodness.
Who are you hiding from? Your mom.
Yeah. What? What does he have to do with this? Everything.
She gave birth to you.
And she's in a relationship with Kurisa. Even worse! She hates Kurisa too. I had to point it to something.
Ow.
I'm trying.
So do you have to have your legs up?
Yeah.
Oh, Muffin.
It's too warm to have them up, but it's also too uncomfortable to have them down. Don't know what to do.
You should get a scammel.
You mean a stool?
A scammel.
No, it's called a stool.
A scammel.
No!
Leg rest. Foot rest.
That's different.
Scammel.
No, that's called fullskammel.
Skimmel.
Alright, now we're talking about fun guy now. Mold. That's literally what you just said.
Yeah, I
You
know.
said mold.
Yeah. Let's take a minor break.
Yeah, you wanna take a break?
I want to take a break. I have to go to the toilet
Okay.
and get more to drink and whatnot. And you make me sweat.
Yeah, I'm also sweating. That's why I'm falling down all the time.
Or maybe it's you who's sweating on me. I don't know. All I know is that
Both is good.
both is bad.
No, both is good.
Either is bad.
I mean, sweat does serve a purpose, even if it's annoying.
Oh yeah, but
Just be happy that you can actually cool your body down.
I took a shower today.
That does matter. There's some people who are literally allergic to water. How do you think they feel?
What do they have to do with me?
They can't sweat. They can't cool down.
What does that have to do with me?
I'm just saying. You should, sweat is a good thing. It means your bodily functions are working.
You also hate sweating.
Yeah,
So your argument
I
is
hate
no.
it, but I don't say it's a bad thing. I just hate it.
No, I just took a shower today. I know I've already been sweating because I've been out biking.
Yeah.
But I just, you know.
Yeah. Anyways, break.
I'm just sad.
Okay. That's sad.
I'm depressy.
I mean, being sad does not mean you're depressive.
No, I just wanted to say it's depressy.
Okay. I'm just like, that's literally the definition of not being depressive. The fact that you can feel sadness.
Well, technically, a big part of my diagnosis is that there is an emptiness inside me that I don't really feel much.
Yeah. That's depressive symptoms, or your negative symptoms, which
My
are the
negative
same as
symptoms,
same
yes.
symptoms you have with depressive, but you don't feel sad
No.
when you're depressed.
No. I feel downpressed. I don't know how to translate it into English. Nedtrykt.
Your feelings are depressed. Literally the word depressed.
Holy shit.
And it's a global thing, so it's all feelings, not just sadness. Very important. A lot of people will be like, oh, I'm not happy anymore. I can't laugh. I'm depressed. It's not how it works. If you can't laugh, but you can still cry, you're not depressed. You're sad. Maybe grief. Not depressed.
All I know is that my body is now heavier. Or feels heavier.
It can. Yes.
And my heart is heavy as fuck.
That's why it can be hard to get out of bed.
Yeah. Anyways, break time.
I need to go to the toilet.
Yeah. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Just
So,
until you're done being in the toilet, because who knows how long that's gonna take.
I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem.
So you say every time.
I don't think I have to poop. But
You
I
never fucking know until you are there.
True. Anyways, we'll
Break
be
time now.
Break time. Break for us means break for you. Get up, stretch, cycle your fluids. Like I'm doing. So yeah, do all that good stuff.
Take care of your body.
We'll be back in just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back.
Yep. He said that.
Yeah, I know.
そう一部を除いてほとんどが事実
It's those exceptions that bother me.
Yes, because it's exceptions.
2036年から来たというのか
Duffs!
あの人工衛星
No, pigeons.
タイム
Right, they're called pigeons in English. I always mix those two up for some reason.
Doves are the white ones.
Yes. Then why do you call the
正体明かさないままでいようと思ったんだけどさ
Lovey-dovey?
yeah?
よりによって
Because white doves are a symbol of love.
Okay, that's just because you also have the pigeons versions of that too. So
What?
so that's why it's weird.
What? I don't know what you're just talking about.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. But a thing you can do when you are having your marriage ceremony or whatever is to release white doves.
I mean, I thought that was more for peace and prosperity.
No. I'm pretty sure it's a sign of love.
What do I know? I'm Ace.
I just think back to the video where they're like, the person had been holding the dove in his hand and throws it up and it just falls to the ground again. Don't know if it was dead.
I don't know where that came from, but that sounds very funny.
There's a video of a marriage ceremony where I think it was a priest or whatever.
Apino! She's right there!
Yeah. That's why he's happy.
Yeah, I know. You can be happy later! Yeah! She's just that! You can be happy later! Yeah! Later! Yeah, okay, I'm too close. Okay, I'm fine. I'm leaving.
But no, it's just a video I saw on the internet.
Okay.
Probably part of some compilation of like funny videos or whatever. I don't remember where I saw it.
Sounds incredibly funny.
He throws it up into the sky and it just to the ground. I feel bad for the bird though.
That dove did not know how to fly. It should have learned how to fly.
Either that or like it didn't even look like it was trying to fly.
I was
So-
just making a joke. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I don't know, I just it's funny until I start thinking about what has happened to the bird.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I start being like, oh god,
Poor bird.
yeah. What if it has been hurt in some way, or you know,
It's hard to know.
it's in a panic state, or
Mm,
something has made it lock up completely.
we don't know.
Maybe it's dead.
Don't know.
No.
We'll never know.
Unless I research it, but
That ain't gonna be right now, that's for fucking sure. It'll take hours.
also, I fucking can't be bothered.
No.
I might be able to find the video again, but more than that, I don't know.
私の失策だ。
だがタイターのタイムマシンはシボル園に積まれていたはず。
Yeah, that was one of the lies, okay, babe. Get with the times, come on. She said, except for a few exceptions. Obviously, the car was one of them!
You just had to say it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's purely to reference
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Mhm.
シボルエ車だっけそれどこからの情報
Alright, I don't think she said it in this timeline.
2000年
It's
に
the
現れた
2000 Titor that
自
said
分で
that.
そう言った
Right.
2000年
Suzu has like, what are you talking about? I haven't been to year 2000 yet.
別の世界線の私かもね少なくとも私は2000年には行ってない2036年からまっすぐここに来た
No, it doesn't have to be someone else. Are you not listening?
Okabe is a fucking dingus.
You call yourself a mad scientist. It's true that Titor never posted in 2000. Not on the current world line. Yes.
That has been established by everyone else.
何を知っているさっき俺とクリスの話を聞いていたな なぜあんなに慌ててタイムマシンに向かった？お前は何をしようとしたんだ？
She wanted to fix the problem?
私のせいかと思って。
何？
私がここでのんびりしてたせいでセルンの好きにさせちゃったんだ。
That's what I got from that.
本当なの？
Yes, Suzuha, what I said was true.
あと数時間後にセルンに殺されるって本当？
Well, not specifically them, but she will die.
By CERN's orders, yes. But CERN is not the ones carrying out the murder, no.
It's not what I mean either.
Oh.
They don't necessarily have to be the ones to kill her.
No, that's true. But
She will die no matter what.
yes.
Whether it's by the mercenaries or not.
Yes, that's true.
事実だ。俺は
But they will come to
Goes
the
down
lab
to the time
and
leap
kill
of
her. If we
Hmm.
get that far.
タイムリープ。君たちのタイムマシン完成したんだ。
それより答えろ。お前の生徒はどういうことなんだ？
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, she said it herself.
Yeah, exactly.
She should be prepared.
Yeah.
What do you mean when I said that?
話すよ。私のこと。
Tell you everything.
I'll tell you everything. Once you're older.
Don't have that kind of time, Suzuha.
いけないと思う。君とマキセ・クリスには。
Oh my god, you trust Makise now? Biggest fucking character development of this entire game.
Why?
I don't know.
It seemed like you had some information about Kurisu going dark side or whatever. At least not being the best person in the future, I suppose.
No.
So that's Kurisu?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Why Kurisu?
I will guess I will find out. I guess I'll find out. So many typos. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't remember this many typos in the game I played, but what do I know? Maybe I just didn't pay attention to it.
It might not be like
It's the exact same script.
yeah, but they might have rewritten it, you know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess I'll find out if I let Suzuha talk. We should head back to the lab.
Follow me.
Ah!
Oh, Jesus, that was loud. Even the microphone thought so.
Yeah. When I called Kurisu, she said she was already back at the lab. I told her to stay put until Suzuha and I arrived, then hung up.
Go.
Do-do-do.
Mayushi! Yeah, Mayushi des! Welcome back! She hasn't left yet, you know. So.
I didn't actually realize she was gonna be there.
She hasn't left yet. It's only around 4.
No, but he told them to leave right after they were done with the machine.
What? Do you think they're gonna listen? He has given them
Well, he was
zero reason for it.
No, but he was hoping that they were
Yeah.
gonna listen, you know.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna fucking listen. Mayuri doesn't understand what he's saying, and Daru's like, the fuck?
How
Whatever.
about no?
Yeah, you haven't given me a reason.
How about fuck you? When we get to the lab, Mayuri and Daru are there for
For
some reason.
some reason. God damn it.
I thought I sent them home.
Like they're gonna fucking listen to your outbursts, Hokabe.
Mayuri gives me a ditzy answer when I asked him.
やっぱりね、スーパー電話レンジちゃんの完成祝いは
Birth of Super Phone Wave Chan. Yeah, she calls it that.
I should have known she wouldn't stay away.
And you just hear the fucking creepy tense music in the background. When she's saying that, she's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
どうする？
マユリには絶対事情を知られないようにするんだ。
I mean, it's probably best for her sake. She's not gonna understand it anyways. What are you doing?
何こそこそ話してるん？
Nothing, Daru. Go home.
何度も言うが、完成祝いはしない。
おかり。
She's like, why? You're no fun. This party's gonna be no fun when Moika comes around, Mayushi. That's pretty much what happened.
問題ではなく。
I glance at Suzuha.
すずさん、元気ないけどどうかしたの？
これから俺とクリスティーナと鈴葉で
He's still a course.
重要な話をする予定で。
Christina!
But inside his head, he says Kurisu.
Oh yeah.
Which is the
He
funny
just
part.
calls her Christina because that's what he calls her now.
Mm.
He doesn't think about it anymore. And Kurisu stopped caring a long while ago.
Mm.
No, Mayushi, you're not gonna understand it. This is adult talk. Go home, you're a minor.
読んだ方がよくね？
でも、すずさん落ち込んでるみたいだし、なんだかね、マユシーは心配なのです。ごめんね。
I know she feels responsible for Mayuri's death.
Yeah, probably a good guess. Mm-hmm.
But how is she related? That's what I'm here to find out.
椎名マユリと橋田至にも聞いてもらいたい。
Okay, never mind. I guess everyone's here.
関係ある話だと思うし。
I mean, Hashida is definitely involved in this. They wanted to capture him too. And I guess it involves Mayushi because she's dying all the time.
If Suzuha says so, then I have no objections. Objection!
Mm-hmm.
But I quietly pull her aside and remind her not to tell them about Mayuri's impending death.
Her impending doom!
Doom.
Doom!
Doom, 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 doom. Then I quickly explain Suzuha's true identity, that she posted on ad channel as John Titor, that the satellite that they said wasn't a satellite.
Yeah, that's
really
why he says satellite in quotation marks.
Is really a time machine, that she came from the year 3000.
No. Not 3000. That is literally impossible when you know the entire plot of the game. It has to be much earlier than that.
Yep, but song though.
No. 2036. Sorry. Jesus. Anyways.
未来人すげえ。マジパネっす。握手してもらっていいですか？
Okay, Daryl.
誰？
No.
遊びではないんだぞ。
すずさんは何年生まれなの？ 2017年。
She hasn't even been born yet!
7年後なんだ。まだ生まれてないのにここにいるんだね。
Mary's like, wait, what?
She's so simple-minded.
Yeah, like, she got it, but then she's like, wait, I don't understand what I just said.
It's like 2017. That's 7 years from now. You haven't even been born yet, but
You're here? Wait,
What?
what?
それで鈴葉、詳しく話してもらおうか。
って言っても、タイターとして書き込んだ内容がほとんどすべて。
Yes.
So she's 29 years old?
Do you know how to math? How far is it from 17 to 36?
Fuck. She's 19.
She's 19.
Sorry, I was focusing on the 30 part of 36.
私は
19. I was also like, 29, that's a weird... That's
Yeah, no,
a
she's
weird
not
year.
29.
Age.
She's a teenager like any other fucking character in this game except for Moeka.
Oh, it's just like, why she's... whatever.
Why she, a teenager, was traveling back in time? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll find out.
Yeah.
ディストピア？
Dystopia?
極端な管理社会、全体主義。マユリがバナナを食べたいと思っても、今日が
Oh yeah, of course, use the bananas.
食べることは許されない。もし食べたら裁判なしで実刑。そんな社会ってところ。
それは困るよ。
Yeah, that's terrible!
Well,
That is a good explanation for someone in Mayuri's stature. Let's just say it like that.
that is a kind of dystopia.
Yeah.
Doesn't
That is
have
the
to be like that.
general description of
Jesus
dystopia.
Christ, Apollo.
Apollo! Be careful, you two. Yeah, you made her fall.
What?
Yeah. Now he's like, what? What happened?
Because dystopia doesn't necessarily have to be controlling government, but it is a very common trope of
Dystopia
dystopias.
basically is just a world that seems like it's at peace, but it's not really at peace.
Yeah, like in 100 Line.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yes, they live in the Tokyo residential district? Is that-
Complex.
Complex. That is a big dome where you cannot... Apollo!
Apollo! Just continue explaining.
Where you cannot see the sky or anything. It's just a dome that when it's night, light turns off, and when it's day, the light turns on and whatnot. So things are technically peaceful, but you know, so many more things could be wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that these invaders are attacking at all is... Why does nobody know about this?
For one.
For
But
one.
even without the invaders, there could
Yeah.
be multiple things. Like there is the whole thing about, you know, the test sirens
Yeah,
that that goes off all the time.
yeah.
Even though
Sporadically, randomly.
Even though I'm pretty sure the test sirens are not actually test sirens,
No,
they're actual sirens.
They're probably real sirens
So,
somewhere. But
which would then go to show how often they are actually attacked.
Yeah.
But people just don't get to hear about it.
no, it's just normal Tuesday in the TRC.
There's nothing wrong in Ba Sing Se.
No, absolutely nothing wrong in the TRC.
Ba Sing Se is a dystopia.
Yes, for a big part of the story it is, yes.
But like the entire like society in Ba Sing Se is a
The
dystopia.
Dai Li.
The Dai Li.
The king knows nothing.
So
He's just a puppet.
yeah,
So
it's where they pretend that there's nothing wrong in Ba Sing Se, but clearly things are wrong. Bad things are
they
happening.
will brainwash people to thinking nothing is wrong.
If you want good examples of the dystopia stuff, dystopian societies, there is a lot of Black Mirror you can watch on Netflix. They have
And it's literally
some good examples.
what if one particular part about our society was the ruling thing that made the society dystopia. That's basically what.
One of them
Black
was
Mirror.
about social media.
Yep.
And how it was controlling the entire society and
Your entire life.
your entire life. Like what you are allowed to do. You have to get a
what
good
your
score.
job is.
Yeah, you have to have a good score on social media to be able to get anything good in your life.
Yeah.
So there is that whole aspect of you have to show yourself to be perfect on social media, but also in real life, because everyone can give you a review.
Yeah. Sounds horrible.
Yep.
Being on a stage all the time.
Yeah. That's what the whole thing was about, is that at the end, the main character is just like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah. Resistance fighting to free humanity from search control. Cool. I mean, there's gotta be a resistance somewhere, right?
Yeah.
この時代にタイムトラベルしてきたのはそんな今を
I have one question, though. When she time travels, does she keep her clothes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a physical time travel. Anything inside the satellite is brought back.
Okay. Okay.
君たちからしたら未来になるのか
I'm actually not 100% sure as to why the Terminator is naked when he arrives in the past.
I don't know.
Was he naked before he left?
I haven't watched all of the Terminator movies, so I cannot answer that for you.
Oh, you shouldn't. Don't. Watch the two two first ones. That's fine.
I haven't
the third
even
one.
watched the first one. I think I watched half of the second one. That's why I know this meme.
Oh.
Which is not how lava works, but whatever.
No.
It looked cool, I guess.
So you watched the second half of the one where the Terminator is now the good guy.
Yes.
He's there, or well, he's
Isn't that
there
the
to
second
protect.
movie?
Yeah. What?
Isn't that the second movie?
That's what I said.
Okay.
The second half of the second movie.
No, that's not what you said.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
No, you just said the second half of the movie where he is the good guy. You did not say second movie.
Oh, well, okay. I think what I was trying to to go was like of the movie where he is the
Yes, but I was like, that's
good
the
guy.
second movie, right? Because I don't
Yeah.
remember the plot line at all.
No, but he's there to protect.
Yeah. For one.
What's his name? I forget what the
I don't know.
name of the kid is.
Now. Change the future.
じゃあお父さんを探してるっていうのはあれは嘘だったのかな
No, I don't think so. She was crying when she talked about that. It would just be a bonus.
Yeah. So her doesn't answer.
セルンは研究機関であって権力を持つ
Jesus
統治
Christ,
機関じ
Cooties,
ゃない
your eyes.
私
Where are you looking?
ネット上でジョン・タイターにそう訴えてきた
Don't worry about it.
Ah!
まさかお前栗ご飯とカメハメハか
There we go. You were right.
Oh my
What?
god,
It
that
was
took you
Chris all along.
forever
Yeah.
to figure out.
I mean, she never really did anything that would lead her towards that specific username.
No, but yeah.
タイターの中の人が名乗り出たんだから私も名乗り出ないとフェアじゃないでしょ
I think that's besides the point.
俺もそれに習おう俺は
I was posting
Oh,
under my
Kyoma
true
to
name,
your
Hoi Kyoma.
それは知ってる
Yeah. It's not that hard.
ハモった
So,
I'm just turning off the always on display
oh,
of my watch. There's no reason for it to be on
No.
anymore.
you used it for something else?
Oh, it's when I'm out biking,
Oh,
so I can easily see what time it is.
oh, yeah. I mean, I don't really need that.
No, but I was a little late, late for the appointment today, so I just wanted to keep track of time while I was
Oh yeah,
biking.
but even if I want to keep track of time, I don't do that because I can still just press the button and look.
I want to have to not press the button because that would mean I would have to let go of the and do stuff, and you shouldn't be doing that stuff. You should, like, when you're biking, you bike.
Yeah,
Looking
but I
shortly
often
at your-
do it when I, stop for a crossing.
Yeah, I don't.
Then
I
I'm not biking.
just whenever I am like, oh, what time is it? I want to see, so I look at my watch to see, which is not like looking at your phone.
No, I know. Maybe I'm just better at gauging it through my music while biking.
I don't pay attention to that.
No, I certainly do.
I have a watch to do that for me.
2036年でも研究機関だよ
But they are researchers
Check
that
out
rules the
SciFi.
world!
セルンのバックにいる300人委員会ってやつら
There it is again. A committee of 300.
実在したのか
Which is a thing that exists in all of these science adventure games.
Right, this.
Hmm?
This is Sparta!
Wow. Sure.
セルンがタイムマシン開発に成功したことで彼らは時間っていう4つ目の次元に干渉できる唯一の存在になった
I mean, yeah. You're the only one who has a time machine.
Isn't it debatable what the fourth dimension is?
No,
It doesn't have to be time.
I'm pretty sure you always refer to the fourth dimension as time.
You do?
Yeah.
I thought there was another thing you could.
Never heard of it, at least.
その結果
Maybe.
たった2年で世界の秩序は全て塗り替えられたってわけ
Or maybe it's something I heard from Black Hole High. That could just be bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, it's a show for young people.
Mm.
そんでもって
That's a good show.
マキセクリス
Never finished. It's a bit sad.
2036
very
年におい
interesting.
て君は
Pretty sure we both talked about.
タイムマシ
Black
ン
Hole
の
High.
母として崇敬されている
You know about it, don't you?
No.
Black Hole High? The private high school where There's like some time travel stuff. It's a live action series on Jetix.
I didn't even have Jetix, so most of what I
Or
watched
one of the other ones.
was at my friend's place.
I'm pretty sure we talked about Blood Hell High together.
I've never heard of that before.
Interesting.
数形
Oh my god, Caduceus hypothesized!
日本語で OK。
数形あがめ敬われているってこと。
敬われてって私が
2010年にタイムリープの概念を史上初めて発見し、その後もセルンのタイムマシン開発に貢献した人物。それが
Ow.
私の聞かされたマキセ・クリスっていう人間
There's a
よ。
burp that went into my nose. Which means the carbon dioxide went into my nose. Which is not a nice feeling. Is that why she treats Kurisu as like an enemy?
I mean, she did work for CERN.
ならば
Or she
俺が
will work for CERN.
タイムマシンの父だな。
No.
No, nobody cares about you.
岡部倫太郎はテロリスト扱いされてる。結構有名。
He's like, wait, what?
I thought I thought that if anything, you would want to be infamous,
Yeah.
right? A mad scientist,
No.
infamousy.
Maybe not a terrorist.
No, but
Yeah. When he's actually like standing face to face with the things he's always talked about that he wanted,
yeah,
you really see that he doesn't really want this. He's just acting.
yeah.
私がセルンでタイムマシン開発に携わるっていうこと？信じられない。セルンは人体実験までしてるのよ。科学者の風上にも置けないそんな連中のところになんて行くつもりはない。
I don't think he will have a choice in this matter, Kurisu.
That's the wrong button.
Yeah.
でも未来ではそうなってた。
未来の私はなんて言ってた？
I don't know.
会ったことは一度もないよ。それに
Ow.
2036年にはもう亡くなってたし。
Okay. A little bit different what you said in Japanese, but alright.
今さらっとすごいこと言われた。
Yeah.
私って50歳まで生きられないってこと？
私の時代では極端に長生きの人と不審な亡くなり方をする若い人の2種類がいた。
Makes sense. It's a dystopia.
You know what's funny?
No, not yet.
I look at these people and as children, because you know I'm 30. In 2010, I was younger than them.
Yeah.
セルン
Remember that.
に検討する人はどんどん消されていった。
In 2010, I was the prime age for like you know, shonen anime.
Yes.
もしかしたら君もセルンに利用されたのかもしんないね。例えば両親を人質に取られて無理やり研究させられたとか。
嘘。ママが危ないの？
Well, maybe not yet.
ラウンダー。
何それ。
セルンの傭兵部隊というところか。
名目上はセルンとは独立した技術調査班って位置づけだけどさ、実態は汚れ役もこなす何でもや。
According to Moeka, they have two chief duties. First, to acquire IBM 5100s, the only computers that can access CERN's secret database. Second, to find promising scientists in the field of time travel and force them to cooperate with CERN to or eliminate them if they will not.
Sounds about right.
やっぱりこの時代にもすでに存在してるんだね。私はずっとラウンダーの連中と戦ってたんだ。
汚れ役ってことは
Enemy number
まさ
one.
か誘拐とか暗殺とかも。
We
Yeah,
are
just
number
straight up
one.
killing too.
What does the second word says?
I know assassination, but it kind of has a connotation of it being more discreet, usually. I wouldn't say what they did was discreet.
Which one of the times?
All of them.
Okay.
To be fair, all of them.
Assassination doesn't have to be discreet.
No. But it usually has a connotation of it being more discreet.
The stuff that happened in Japan with the homemade gun. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's also an assassination attempt. I don't think he killed him. Did he?
No, I didn't hit him.
Yeah. So that's also an assassination attempt, even though he wasn't, you know. He was out in the open and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I think didn't he still hide his gun partway through? Pretty sure he didn't just walk over there. But whatever.
Yeah, but still, it's like, you know, it doesn't have to be something like with JFK.
Oh no, I'm not saying it has to be like that.
Mm.
I just usually associate assassinations with something a little bit more discreet than what they have been doing so far.
That's because most people, well, probably because most people associate assassinations with spies.
I mean, I don't, but sure.
Okay. I don't know what you associated it with then.
私の時代ではそういうこともしてた。今はまだそこまでしてないんじゃないかな。
ねえ天音さん、あなたさっきジョン・タイターとして語ったことはほぼ全て事実だって言ったよね。
そうだよ。
ということはあなたは世界の構造について把握してるっていうこと？エベレット・ホイーラーモデル、いわゆる多世界解釈で説明できるってあなたは書いていたはず。
あれはフェイク情報。セルンに目をつけられないためのカムフラージュ。本当の中に嘘を一つ混ぜると途端に全体が嘘くさく見えるんだ。
The basket, not barrel. Don't talk about your father here.
I'm pretty sure she said barrel in Japanese.
Yeah, but I'm saying the saying is the bad apple spoils either the bunch or the basket, not the barrel.
Don't worry about it.
じゃあ把握はしてないのね。
してるよ。2036年ではさ、世界の構造は解明されてるんだ。多世界解釈じゃなかった。
本当に詳しく教えて。
アトラクタフィールド。
そう。
Yeah, remember that thing? Many chapters ago? Yeah. Right before you called me the Messiah.
それ
You bitch.
どんな解釈なの？
世界は世界線とアトラクタフィールドでできてる。世界の構造はより糸みたいなものなの。
Like this piece of yarn that we won't show.
重ね合わせの状態になってて、常に無限個に枝分かれしてってるわけ。
They had a CG for the yarn. Only. In the game. But I guess they didn't care about showing it in the anime.
Now they're just making things confusing.
全体を見ると一本に見えるけど、ミクロなレベルだ
Because
と
what you've told me is
よ
that
り
there's
細
only
い糸
one
が
at a
絡み合う
time.
ように世界を構
Yeah,
成
she's
して
talking about the potentials. Don't worry about it.
Right.
そして最終的にはそれらの細い糸は一つに収束する。経過は違うけど結果は同じになる。
それって決定論じゃないの？
Determinism. The school of philosophy that states that every event is predetermined by previous events. The past determined the present determines the future. Even though we may think that we are acting of our own free will, in truth, we are only following a predetermined path. Those who subscribe to determinism often cite the thought experiment of Laplace's demon. For an intellect, which at a certain moment would know all forces that set nature in motion, and all positions of all items of which nature is composed, nothing would be uncertain, and the future, just like the past, would be present before its eyes. Here, Simon Laplace.
Pierre.
Yeah.
Not Pierre.
I said Pierre.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
I know it's French.
Don't set fire to Ohio.
Ah, they probably deserve it.
近いかもね。でももうちょっとアバウト。
Where does Pining live?
I don't know.
Let's hope it's not Ohio.
I don't think it's Ohio.
Let's hope it's not.
多世界解釈とコペンハーゲン解釈のいいとこ取りって感じ。
分岐はするが結末は同じ。ということは、世界は結局一つなのか。
At some point, yes.
Mm-hmm.
そういうこと。
いずれはね。
で、その収束範囲内にある世界線の束がアトラクタフィールド。アトラクタフィールドもたくさんある。このより糸はアトラクタフィールドアルファ。
3D!
範囲内にあるのはアルファ世界線。青がアトラクタフィールド
Oh
ベ
God.
ータで、黄色がガンマで、白がデルタとして。それぞれベータ世界線やガンマ世界線やデルタ世界線を範囲内にたくさん内包してる。それこそ何億っていう数をね。アトラクタフィールドもこんな風にいくつも重ね合わせ状態になってる。
What?
それぞれのアトラクタフィールドごとでは起きる事象も収束する結果も違う。
Is it glitching out on us?
干渉性は喪失してるわけ。
No.
それぞれが独立を保って
You
る。
didn't see the flashing things?
No.
Huh.
They'd registered at least.
元をたどれば一つだし、アトラクタフィールドもさらにマクロな視点で見れば収束するけど、そのスパンは何百年っていうレベルなんだ。より大きな分岐と見ればいいかな。
エロゲに例えたらどういうこ
Oh,
と？
Jesus guys.
教
Now,
えて
shut up.
エロい人。
エロい人なんていない。
いや、エロゲに例えるのは間違っていない。ヒロイン
suppose
個
there are
別
different
ルートの
routes,
アトラクターフィールドで、その中に出てくる細かい選択肢がそれぞれの世界線だ。しかし最後には必ずトゥルールートに入ってグランドエンディングを迎える。
I suppose that's how you concede.
I guess.
It's not wrong to explain it like that.
No. It's not like they.
I mean, not every game has a true route, but
They can have a true route without them converging on the true route.
yeah, I think usually what he means by converging on the true route is that you have to play all the other ones to play the true route.
Yeah.
Which is often a thing I see in Ultimate games.
Yeah.
To get the canon true ending, true route with the poster boy, you must play all the other ones.
Mm.
All of them.
Mm.
共通ルートが長いか短いか、それが問題だ。ちなみに僕だったら、せっかくだから妹キャラのアトラクタフィールドを選ぶぜ。
Sister tractor fuel, oh my god. Nope, we're getting nope.
勝手にしろ。
ダメだこいつら。早くなんとかしないと。
Let me get this straight.
But that's the entire point, Okabe. The world lines and the attractive fields aren't straight. At some point they converge.
They're gay as fuck.
He's not really gay though.
What?
He's not really gay though.
No, I'm talking about the what lines?
Oh, yeah. No, they're definitely not straight, that's for sure. I wouldn't say gay, but they ain't straight.
They wiggly. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
The reason I can't save Mayuri is that her death is the event upon which this attractor field converges.
So it would seem. Which basically means an event that has to happen for the future.
結局収束しちゃうんでしょ。何をしたって結果は同じじゃん。
Yes. Unless
The question
you make
is
it to another attractor field.
that too.
I love how you say like that too. No, that's the answer, Ramona. You can't say that too.
It's all just a question of when does it happen?
When does what happen?
The convergence.
Yes. But
'Cause-
as far as we can see, they happen very, very close to each other. Here.
Yeah, because it's like, sure, right now, but
We're on like what? Divergence .32 or something to that extent. Whenever we time leap, the choices we make don't really change that number much. So that particular world line we're on, she will die at this particular time.
but if we get far enough away,
But if you get far enough away, you will enter another attractor field.
yeah, she might still die at some point.
Yeah, but you could just die of old age.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. So,
Because attractor fields converge so far into the future. Like they're independent for hundreds and hundreds of years in history. So if she has to die for the future on one attractor field, will she also be dead on the other attractor field at some point when it converges? But considering that can be 100 years from now, she could just die of old age like a normal person. Doesn't have to be murdered or killed by the fate.
murder.
Murder!
That's right. That's why Mighty dies no matter how many times I leap. Like a frog.
今私たちがいるアトラ
Frog
クタ
leap.
フィールドアルファの範囲外に出るの。
I always find.
Are you sure we're in the alpha?
Well, she calls it Alpha because it's the one she's from, but it is very confusing because the one they call Beta
範囲外
is one we've already been in too. It's very confusing.
つまり
But they call it
アト
Alpha
ラクタフ
because
ィールド
you know
ベータにあるベ
she
ータ世
is
界線に
she
飛び移
just
るって
she
こと
hasn't been to any other attractor fields, obviously.
But there's no evidence to suggest that what the one you come from is alpha.
No, I mean, again, this whole observation of world lines is subjective to the first one who observes it.
Yeah.
That is also why the pure core of this attractor field is at 0%. And when we go past around 1%, you actually get to
干
another
渉で
attractor
きないん
field.
じゃん
But everything within that is still in the alpha attractor field. It's just
アト
getting
ラクタ
further
フ
and
ィー
further
ルド
away.
同士が完全に分岐しちゃったらね。でもまさに分岐しようとしている瞬間なら
分岐する瞬間それが今だっていうこと
You could just say instance. Doesn't have to say instant. Right?
You could say instant.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't say instant. I'm just saying you could also just say instance instead of instant. I think that's probably what I would use, but
Considering they say she says they diverge, I will probably just use instant here, but both of them are probably correct in their own way.
yeah.
ダイバージェンスが大きく変わる分岐点は2010年にあるって私は教わった。
Well, would you look at that? I wonder what that is.
Sorry.
What are you doing? Touching your can, like, what the fuck?
I had to do it the same amount of times with old fingers.
Fucking pseudo OCD, I swear to God.
Yeah, only Soto. I don't have.
No, you don't have OCD. That's why I call it pseudo.
Yeah, there are just certain things where I'm like, there has to be like a rhythm.
Everyone has that to a degree. It's something.
Yeah. So sometimes I lose track of it. Other times I don't, and
ものすごい大
all that
分
kind
岐
of
が
stuff.
起きてアトラクタフィールドレベルで枝分かれするって。
1991. What happened in 1991 again?
なんで2000年と
Do you remember what happened in 1991?
It was the year of 1991.
Yeah, you know what happened in 1991?
I don't know.
Oh my god, you failed history.
I might know, but I can't.
You should know!
I can't recall it right now.
Okay.
Are you talking about the fall of the Soviet Union?
No, that happened in the end of the 80s, not 91.
No, that happened in the 90s. That was the collapse of the Soviet Union. It was in the 90s.
No.
The fall of the Berlin Wall was in the 80s.
That's not what we're talking about here.
Because they got a new leader who was no longer like, let's use force and military power to make everyone be or to enforce this communism stuff. They were just like, oh well, you can kind of just do what you want, but we want you, like, it would be nice if you could follow the communism rules, but you don't have to, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of why the collapse of the Soviet Union happened. Because everyone left. Everyone was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly. But no, that's not what happened in 1991.
Are you gonna tell me?
The game will tell you.
どっちも世界規模の大きな事件があったじゃん。事件
But she's like, I don't understand.
1991年はソ連崩壊だな。
Oh, okay. That was also the reason. Fuck!
2001年なら同時多発テロがあったか。
What also happened in 1991 was the Afghan wars. But okay. Apparently that was also it.
Well, the Afghan wars had been going on for a while before that.
Well, the war turmoils of the East has been set to begin in 1991.
Uh-huh. And why did they happen?
I don't know.
Because the US tried to change their government through pressure.
That much I did not care about the history.
They tried to manipulate everything, and
What do you mean what happened in the year 2000? I mean, okay, fair enough. In this world, it didn't happen.
well, the year 2000.
Yeah, Y2K happened. Or it didn't happen, but in another word line or another tractor field, it did
2000
happen.
年問題の年だよ。
はあ、あれって騒がれた割には結局大した問題は起きなかったぞ。
Yeah, in this world.
それは今私たちがいるこのアルファ世界線が2000年問題が起きなかった可能性世界だから。
So in other words, there are worlds where it did occur.
そして、
Yep.
2010年。今年って何か大きな事件起きたかな。
Oh, sorry. I think somebody making a time leap machine is kind of big. For one.
I suppose.
You know, a certain group of people fucking with time.
今年最大の事件は人類史上初のタイムマシン開発成功以外に何があるっての？あ、そっか、そうだよね、すごい。
すごいですね
Wow. Not wow. Sugoi!
もう一つ疑問が。
How would you say that in Japanese?
すごいと違うor すごくなくない That's the only two ways I would be able to say that.
You can't just say, like, not sugoi? Or, like, in a
No.
way?
Because the negative is part of the word.
Ah. Shit.
重ね合わせ
That's why I'm
状態
like
にある
すごく
世界線
なくない
ってパラレルワールドってわけじゃないんでしょ。
Okay. Night sugoi.
No, that's not how nai works. Nai is a verb in and of itself. Parallel worlds.
Sorry.
Absolute fucking idiot. A universe that exists separate from ours. It is believed that some parallel worlds may be strikingly similar to ours, even containing duplicates of ourselves. Yes. And in this universe, definitely.
違うよ。あくまで
Ultima.
可能性世界線が同時に存在しているだけ。
Exactly. As it says right here, they're just possibilities. They don't physically exist. You can't travel to it like that and find yourself there.
世界線間の観測はどうやるの？神の視点でも持たなきゃ無理なんじゃない？
Or reading Steiner.
普通ならね。でも
More like reading Shitner.
Don't tell me. Me!
したいなか。
Yeah! Literally reading Steiner.
そういう いうネーミングなの？
Is that what you call
岡部倫太郎には
it? Sure.
世界線を越えて観測ができるっていう特殊な力がある。そうよね。
Yes.
あ
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
that's kind of what he said.
Yeah, not that loud though. This was like minus fucking 3.
Uh.
Having fun? Okay.
Ah.
それが鍵になる。
Ah.
君の特殊な力が世界をセルンの支配っていう呪縛から解き放つ鍵。今の君は神に匹敵する存在なんだよ。
That's why I called you by Messiah. In that one email.
Messias.
Yes.
I don't know if that would work in English.
Hmm?
Well, you aren't. I don't know about America, but in Denmark, you aren't allowed to give your child the name of a religious person, like Messiah, Jesus, that kind of stuff.
Don't think you can do that in America either.
No, but the point being that in Denmark, well, if you
We have loopholes.
no. If you get a boy and he lisps,
That's what I'm saying. We have loopholes.
just name him Matthias.
Mm.
And then, well, in Danish, it was like be Matthias.
Mm.
And with a lisp, it would be Messias.
Yeah. Poor boy.
So,
俺の力が
but yeah, I don't think that would work in English. Matthias. No.
Messiahs?
No. Because in English, it's Messiah.
Mm.
There's no S at the end. Messiah.
アトラクタフィールドアルファの範囲外、ベータ世界線へ到達すれば収束する結果も変わる。
Woohoo! Let's escape that attract field.
My body trembles.
Mm-hmm.
It was all I could do to keep from shouting with joy.
助けられるのか
Oh, you won't be shouting for joy for long.
Where there's hope,
There is a
despair.
risk of failure. Yeah. It's the same idea.
Where there is hope, there is despair.
Despair!
Despair.
Yeah.
I can save Mayuri.
Yes, it's gonna take an enormous amount of work.
Hmm.
The
So-
rest of the game is basically saving Mayuri at this point.
Fuck.
Yeah!
Suicide not firmly. Then I must do it.
ちょっと待
Because
って
escaping an attractor field is not easy.
Chotomata.
Chotomata!
本当に全部正しいの？天音さんの妄想が混じってる可能性は？
Why would she at this point? I understand you being critical of new knowledge, but why would she lie at this point?
Yeah, but why wouldn't she?
She wishes to change the future. Why would she lie?
But all of that could still be fake.
I don't understand why, when she's showed through actions many times, she's been fighting the Rounders. As well.
Yeah, that's not what I mean necessarily. I'm just, it's, whatever. Everything from the beginning could be fake. We don't know. She could be fighting the Rounders to make it seem like she's a good guy.
Sure.
何？妄想なんか混じってないよ。
I'm making stuff down!
別に喧嘩を売ってるわけじゃない。
Got him!
Mm-hmm.
Lantern, he's not.
God damn it, more Tama jokes.
ただ疑問なのよ。そもそもどうしてあなたは
Well, you don't like it when I say the normal one, so I'm gonna say the Tama
2010
one.
年のどこ
I
で
mean, the Tama one is more
私
funny in
が
my
この
opinion.
秋葉原にいるって
I don't see why, but
No, I don't know why either. It just is. That's a good question.
2017年生まれにしては詳しすぎじゃない
But I assume someone from this period told her. You know, they could still be alive.
her father?
Perhaps we know that he was supposed to be here.
She
Whether he would know exactly why Okame would be here, I don't fucking know. But
She has a point.
it is a
父さんの
legit
遺書
question.
そうあった
In Dad's will. Right. She said he was, yeah. She did say that he was far away, but her only chance to meet him was that particular day. She did say that. Now we know that her dad's dead in the future.
Deadbeat dad.
I wouldn't call him a deadbeat dad.
No. I don't know how he died. Maybe he was
I
beaten
assume
to
he's
death.
part of the fucking resistance.
Yeah, but maybe
So-
maybe he was beaten to death. You know, deadbeat dad.
Sure. Sure, let's go with that. Ha ha, very funny joke. Congratulations.
Also, whose will? And what does he have to do with her dad?
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Continue, please.
遺書ってどういうこと
What do you mean, a will? What do you think it means?
したのは父さんの遺書を読んだから父さんは私が所属してるレジスタンスの設立メンバーの一人で
Les résistants!
Yeah, resistance!
Oh!
I love when people use the word resistance because every time I could just be like, yeah, no resistance!
Because it's a French word.
Yeah, it is.
未来を変えるための研究をね
Well, I suppose it was then a bit of a lie that you took the... Wait. Am I remembering this correctly? I feel like we have been told at some point that the reason why they have a time machine is because they got some technology from CERN.
Yeah, but they still made their own time machine from that.
Yeah.
Because the technology they got was more like, you know, the theory and things behind making it, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's still true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just made it sound like he didn't get anything from CERN. But, okay.
でも
No, they did, but maybe not specifically her dad, but
セルンに
they
殺され
sent
た
someone in from the resistance to get it.
Yeah.
You know. Someone who's probably a little bit better at covert ops than her father is.
Ow.
Things considered.
But Sean killed him. So jealous.
だから私は父さんの意志を継いでここにいる
Whoop whoop! So now you know why she, a 19-year-old girl specifically, is here. It was by her
Who the-
own choice.
Yeah, but who the fuck allowed her to do that?
I assume she did it in secret after her father died. Just took the machine, went bye without telling anyone.
Okay. I guess the machine was done at that point.
Yeah, her father finished it. And then he died.
Okay.
That is the consensus on how things turned out.
ごめんなさい
Kurisu would never actively cooperate with CERN, I know that, but I just can't say it in front of Susuha. Susuha.
How dare you?
Wait, did I? Okay. For some reason, Susuha really does see Kurisu as responsible for the problems of the future.
I mean,
2010年の秋葉原
fair to Suzuha.
ここでタイムマシンが
Kurisu is one, dead, so she can't speak her own mind. Two, she is revered by everyone, which means CERN is definitely backing her like the hero who made the time machine. Obviously, from Suzuha's point of view, since she doesn't know Kurisu personally, would see her as an enemy. Considered CERN killed everyone she holds dear. You know? Fair assumption in my opinion, you know?
方向に歴史を導くことが必要なんだよ。
そしてどうやって
セルンは俺たちの存在に気づいている。
Yep.
原因は君たちが一番最初にタイムマシンを使った時のメールデータだと思う。父さんはそう予測してた。
メールデータハッキングがバレたのではなく
Nope, it was a D-mail. All along. The first one, in fact.
They caught the D.
They did indeed catch the G.
だから僕のハッキングはバレてないって言ってんだろ
Yeah, nobody can catch my hacking. I'm not so sure about that part still, but...
でもメールデータって
あれじゃないかな。クリスちゃんが死んじゃった。
Oh yeah, right. She was stabbed!
Right. The email I sent to Data right after Dr. Nagabachi's conference. Conference.
I love how he just spelled yabai in katakana as the subject. Hmm.
その時空を超えたメールもきっと捉えられてる。
Okay.
あの時からもうバレていたと。
That's what I said. We passed the point of no return a long time ago. In the prologue, to be specific. It's already too late as soon as you sent that first email.
一体どうやって補足を
Though that was just more of a
世界中で
happenstance
一
than
日に
anything,
何
but
億と
yes.
いう数が送ら
But
れて
it
いる
still did make him jump to the alpha attractor field.
Oh, yeah.
Because he sent it. CERN intercepted it, saw it.
エシュロンのネットワークを利
Yeah.
用して
The Echelon Network!
タイムマシンについての情報を収集してるの。
Sure. Want to hear about Echelon? According to conspiracy theorists, Echelon is an advanced signal interception system based in the United States and operated by the National Security Agency. However, American authorities have never publicly admitted to Echelon's existence, and no proof that it exists has ever been found. Participating countries allegedly include the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, but not France, because Americans hate French people. Isn't that the joke here?
Yes, except for the fact that the French people is what ended the Civil War.
Yeah, but there's still a joke that Americans and French people don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny
Yeah.
when I see it in media.
Hmm.
As an ally of the United States, Japan can allow the construction of domestic echelon stations in exchange for access to the intercepted data. The Elephant Cage antenna array located at Misawa Air Base in Aomori, Japan, is rumored to be one such station. These stations are set to intercept, collect, and analyze a wide range of signals, including private cell phone transmissions.
エシュロンだと
Yes, the echelon.
本当に 実在していたのか。
Apparently
セ
so.
ルンはさ、自分たち以外のタイムトラベル研究についてエシュロンで常にアンテナを張って監視してるんだよ。
For example, an email that appeared to have come from the future.
It did have a
Future.
date in the future,
捉
so
えられた最初のメールデータ
that would be a huge
セルン
hint
のコン
to.
ピューターから消去して そうすればセルンは君たちには気づかない。タイムマシンが2034年に完成することもなくなる。それどころかタイムマシンの研究そのものが頓挫するかも。
Issue number 1. We don't have the IBN 5100.
Yeah. We do not.
In other words, deleting that data will take us to the attractor field where CERN doesn't build a time machine.
Yes.
Time machine.
でもセルンのデータベースはハックしたけど、それっぽいデータはなかったような。
They don't know yet that it's the one with the IBN 5100 code.
You're a bit slow on the uptick here.
IBN 5100。
おお。
Oh! I
Oh!
know that computer!
Oh!
He's like, oh my god, beautiful retro PC-chan!
IBN 5100で構築されていたあのデータベースか。
あの中にきっとエシュロンから集めたデータが蓄積されてる。
Okay. So that's what it is.
There's nothing about the research in there. Even
No.
though that's what we were hoping for.
あるよ。なぜもっと早く IBN 5100を使わなかったのだ。
What do you mean? We never had it to begin with. We never picked it up at the shrine, remember?
We lost it. I think when... I actually don't remember exactly when, but I think it was when with the D-mail to change.
It was Lukaku's email that we
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
And it was gone. That's my foot I put down.
Bonk!
Bonk. But yeah, that's when we realized it was gone.
使わなかったのだとか言われても、そもそも持って
Never
ないし
had one. Alright.
何を言っている。俺が手に入れてきたではないか。
What?
はい。
What?
Right. That was on a different world line.
It can be easy to keep track of all these world lines when you're in them.
On this world line, I never found the IBN 5100. 5100!
君たちに IBN 5100を託すことなんだよ。
What's up?
That's true. Moika did come to take pictures of it,
Mm-hmm.
which means CERN might know about where it was, which means CERN would have, you know, gotten rid of it from its original location. The shrine.
Yes. Though it's a bit weird that it didn't disappear before Lukaku sent their email. That's the strange part, right? The diversion changed, and that's when we saw it was gone. It was given to the shrine, but at some point it just disappeared because of the consequences of Lukaku's mail. Somehow.
持っているのか。
No.
1975年に行って手に入れる。
よし。ならば善は急げだ。鈴葉には今すぐにでも1975年に飛んでもらおう。
Well, her machine was broken, so we gotta repair that first, right?
Yes. Also, time travel.
We would
You
already
know-
have it if she would go back and find it, but sure, whatever.
Yeah.
そうしたいのは山々なんだけど。
But don't worry, he'll realize it.
タイムマシンは
Later.
壊れているんだったな。
直せないの？
Will he realize it later or before?
Later. I know what you mean.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's after this. It's at least on the same day.
Okay.
That much I'm sure of.
Can you fix it? No.
No!
私は
I just ride it. I don't have any mechanic skills.
仕組みそのものはマニュアルを完璧に暗記してるけど。
That doesn't mean she knows how to repair it.
Nope, definitely not.
And there's no guarantee that a time machine from the year 2036 can be repaired using present-day technology. Sometimes
Whoops.
she'll be surprised.
Yeah.
タイムリープマシンで遡るのは？あまねさんのタイムマシンが壊れる前へ。
No. We cannot, I think. Yeah.
I assume it broke when it hit the side of the building.
No.
No? Okay. I don't know. I don't know when it broke, so.
っていうかタイムリープマシン使う気なん？実験しないってことでファイナルアンサーじゃなかった？
Shut up, Daru. I know you're on the loop, but shut up.
Daru, just keep quiet.
I mean, he doesn't know. To be fair.
場合によっては使う。それで鈴葉よ。いつ壊れたかわかるか？
No.
きっとこの前の深夜に降った雨だよ。
But the problem is that the rain was the night
水浸しになってたから。
to the day that we can
されてる
time
は
leap
ず
to.
なのに。
Hmm.
So.
Ah. Got something in my eye.
Did you get chili in your eye?
No, I think it was one of my hairs that poked into my eye.
Maybe.
Because, you know, they're kind of close.
あんだけ派手にビルに激突してんだし、その時に穴でも開いたんじゃね？
あれは激突したんじゃないよ。
It wasn't a
計
crash.
算にわずかな誤差があったせいで、あそこに出現しちゃっただけ。
It didn't crash into it. It just manifested right there.
それで雨が降ったのは何日だった？
10日の朝、夜明け前には降っていた。
Yeah. We could only go back to the 11th, so.
The
Ten.
time leap. The time leap machine can only cover 48 hours in a single leap. And the time leap machine was completed today, the 13th, at 2 p.m. That means we can't go farther back than 2 p.m. on the 11th.
ダメだ。
Fick.
タイムリープマシンじゃ届かない。
直す努力はしてみるべきだと思うわけだが。
Yeah, but who? Who should fix it, Daru?
Can't you still use it to demail? Or has that function been lost?
No, they can still email.
Okay, so demail? Is time leap really their only option?
I guess they're not thinking about it anymore.
Okay.
そうだよ。タイムマシンならね、時間はあんまり関係ないもん。
We have no time. But sure, Mayuri.
I mean, technically, she's not wrong.
The problem
As
is
soon
she
as she-
doesn't know she's gonna die in a few hours.
No, but like, as soon as you get it working again, you can go to wherever.
Yeah.
So, you have infinite time.
Yes. But we also need to prepare it before she dies.
Yes. Is that really important? That she doesn't die?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, if they want to save her,
Why?
you can only time leap so far.
Yes, but if you get the time machine working.
Yeah, but
But what?
when they fixed it, they'd still be on the other side of her death. If the time leap back, they'll just go back to before the time travel happened from the time machine. So it is a race against time in this concept.
No, if they get the time machine to work, Suzuha will just go back in time, get the IBN 5100, and then go to this time where they need it.
I see. You're missing information. Sorry.
Okay.
I see where your argument is coming from. I forgot. You don't know that particular part yet of the story yet. Sorry.
So you see what I mean?
I see what you mean now.
Because from my perspective,
Yes. From your perspective of someone who doesn't know every aspect about this game, I can see why you would argue that.
That's
yes.
how things would work, right?
Yes. You would just travel back to this time or to before that. Who cares?
Hmm. So, you would just travel to the time where you need to be. Fuck. It's already past 5.
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours remain until Mayuri's death. There is barely enough time to sneak into Radican, let alone fix Suzuha's time machine. In fact, maybe I should leave to 2 p.m. on the 11th.
Yes.
But you can't do that now. It's gonna be a bit past 5 p.m. on the 11th.
Well, you could go back to 2 p.m. on the same day and then use it to go back.
Yes.
To get as much time as possible.
Minna, 小腹が空いただろう。空いたはずだ。
いきなりなんぞ？
マユシーは腹ペコです。
Pickle. As expected of a glutton.
Mm-hmm.
Same, Mayuri. Same.
マユリ、ダル。買い出しに行ってきてくれ。それを食べながら、改めて対策を練ろうではないか。
He's just sending them away so he can use the fucking time machine.
カリ、こんな大金どうするの？
これで買ってこい。と言っているの。
Take my money. It's not like I'm not gonna have it when I go back in time, anyways. So.
Yeah. It doesn't matter right now.
No.
平然と
Not
1
fixing
万
it.
円もおごってみせる。さすがオカリン。僕たちにできないことをやってのける。
1万円。
そこにしびれる憧れだ。
$100?
Just for food.
Hmm.
That's a lot in the Japanese economy.
Mm-hmm. I could imagine, because as far as I understand, it's fairly cheap in Japan.
It's also because they don't earn as much.
Yeah. The buying power isn't as
No, and
isn't as
especially
high.
not right now.
Mayuri and Daru leave in high spirits. I knew 10,000 yen bill would work.
Got him.
それに、タイタイ。
Suzuha's not called Suzuha anymore. She's called Titor.
私のこ
Who else?
他に誰がいる？
と？なんでいきなり呼び方変わんの？
Because he likes giving people
タイターの中の
nicknames.
人だからだ。
そうだけどさ。無駄よ。
Yeah, she's like, just fucking give it up. He's not gonna change. I don't care anymore. She's just give it entirely up.
そういえば私もバイト選手とかって妙な呼ばれ方しかされてなかった。
Yep. Even in his email address, you're a part-time warrior.
俺は11日の14時にタイムリープする。そこで
And then we'll take this talk again. We'll fix your time machine. So many times he has to fucking explain his shit.
今のこの時間、13日17時までにタイムマシンを修理する。
It's a good thing we don't have to experience it.
Yeah, no.
Again.
Plus, he also does get better each time he has to fucking explain his shit.
当てはあるの？
今から2時間もがくよりはマシという程度だ。直せなければ何度でも2日間を繰り返せばいい。
ごめん。
タイターよ。お前には必ず IBN5100 を手に入れてもらわなければならない。
I suppose that is the best call of action.
Yes.
When will you fix your time machine?
これはお前のためでも未来のためでもない。あくまでマユリを助けるためのミッションであることを忘れるな。
I don't care about the future.
言いたければ言えばいい。
I only care about Mighty.
だが俺は
That's basically what he
誰
just
の
said,
指図
but
も受ける気
fair
はない。
enough. He doesn't really know the future.
Kurisu and Tsusuha give an encouraging nod in agreement.
よし。作戦開始だ。
Kurisu
Alright.
sets up the time leap machine while Tsusuha goes to turn on the 42-inch CRT well before Mayuri returns. I leap.
Boom!
Like a flock.
And this is a perfect place to stop for today.
Yep.
Because now we leaped once again.
Yep.
And now we must get to fixing the time machine.
Yep.
Next stream.
Yep.
But hey, now you know who John Titor really is.
Yep.
As well as Kuti Gohan and Kamehameha.
Yep.
If you didn't already know.
Yep.
And that's... We fucked up as soon as we sent that first email.
Yep.
In the prologue.
Yep.
None of the other things really matters.
Well, technically we don't know.
No, that's
But
just
most
a
likely.
theory. It's most likely that one, yes, because again, they pick up anything and then suddenly they pick up an email supposedly coming from the future about someone getting stabbed.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Hmm.
The fact that they know is what sets this entire thing in motion.
Hmm.
With Net's the future.
Hmm.
But it's also because of that email that he actually figures out that their time machine works.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Because they have to complete that time leap machine for CERN to reap any benefits from Kurisu. Ah! What the fuck was that?
That was my foot.
Not happy about that. No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No.
Yet.
Yet. Oh well. That was it for today.
Hmm.
Got a bunch of theory,
Hmm.
bunch of new revelations, and a plan. Yay! It only took the entire day.
Hmm.
They now have a plan.
Hmm.
So that's something.
Editor's note. Plan means kekaku.
Yeah. Exactly. Her translator's note as it is.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Fan subs, gotta love them sometimes. They make such good memes at times.
Hmm.
Like, they could just have, translated it, but they deliberately chose not to and put it in a translator's note. It's not like keikaku has a different connotation than the English word plan.
Mm.
So.
Well, if you're watching this on YouTube and you liked it, leave a like.
Yeah, please like it. That's how it works, right? You leave a like because you like the video, right? Right?
Right?
Right?
Right?
I hope that's how it works.
Please engage with the algorithm.
I'll go with him.
Give the algorithm happy with it.
I couldn't even understand what you just said.
No, I fucked up the last word.
Okay.
Give the algorithm happy signals.
Signals. Okay. Please don't do the rest of the outro and the Uwu voice.
No.
Nobody's gonna be able to
I'm
understand it.
not very good at doing Uwu voice. No. Maybe some other time where I have actually written down what I want to say.
Nobody's gonna understand it though. Please don't.
I think it'll be fun. But anyways, if you aren't subscribed, please do so.
Yeah.
And ring the bell.
Yeah.
Remember to go into the drop-down menu and select all, because otherwise we cannot guarantee you will see our videos.
No. Because YouTube be like that now.
Yeah. Well, it's been like that for a while.
Yes.
Quite a while, actually. It's like
Still.
almost a decade now, I think.
Not about choosing all under the bell. That's a new thing.
It is?
Yeah. Before you just had to click on the bell and that was it.
Well, okay. Well, yeah. I was kind of thinking the whole thing of like, you have to do more than just subscribe to someone.
Yeah. But I was specifically talking about the whole you have to choose whatever YouTube will, decide for you if you want to see everything or see nothing.
Yeah.
That is fairly new.
Yeah. And if you want to catch us live, then every Wednesday and Saturday, 8 p.m. Central European Summertime.
UTC +2.
Yeah.
If you use that, because sometimes looking up what CEST is a bit bothersome. Every time you're like, what is that again?
Yeah. And, well, if you don't want to keep track of the time like that to, catch our streams, you can always just go over to Twitch through the link in the description and give us a follow.
Yeah.
Because that way you will be notified when we go live.
Yeah.
So you can actually catch us live.
Yeah.
And if you want to have a little bit of time, ahead of time knowledge, that didn't come out right.
I'm not sure where you're going with that.
If you want to be notified a bit ahead of time of
now I know what you're getting with it.
of our unscheduled streams, then you can follow us on social media, because we post.
Give it a take an hour before we start streaming.
Yeah.
Give it a take.
So you can see it there.
Yeah.
And
the links to the socials are down in the description.
yeah, all the links are in the description.
Yes.
You will always be able to find them there.
Yes.
Other than that, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello?
It's because you have Streamlabs open?
Shouldn't be.
Interesting. Exit?